the Neandertalk Podcast. We'll no topic is off limits. Now here's your host, my daddy, and Roy the Soul. Thank you for coming to the Neandertalk Podcast. Boom, swat, boom.
We're good? All right. I forgot. It's been so long since I've done this. I forgot how to start. What up, everybody? This is Neandertalk Podcast. I am Ryan Westa. Today we have
Benz Gotti.
Benz Gotti. What do you like people to call you? The whole thing? Benz Gotti? Or...
No, just Benz.
Oh, really?
Or Gotti.
I was going to say it was probably Gotti.
Yeah, either Gotti or either one. It just depends on who it is.
I just had a Gotti on recently.
Who?
Producer Prod Gotti. Gotti.
Okay.
But he's got some really good beats.
You might got to link me in with him.
Okay, he does really good stuff.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then is there another dude? Is there an Irv Gotti?
Irv Gotti. Yep, it's definitely an Irv Gotti.
You're not Italian, are you?
It's a wax Gotti.
What's up with the Gotti thing? Why does everybody do Gotti?
I didn't give myself that name.
Okay.
Actually, my homeboy gave me that name. See, what happened was, I think my first, well, not my first, but the name at the time I was going by Businessman. Because I just businessman.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, so because I was just handling a lot of business and shit. So
Businessman, that's a good name.
Yeah, so I put the group together. Hustling, actually, is my first tag here. So I put the group together, and they would all meet at my house. And every time we get there, I'm trying to like work on music and looking up beats, and they want to play the game and shit. And I get to getting angry because we done wasted 2-3 hours.
What year would this have been?
Man, this is probably like early 2008. Yeah, probably like 2008, something like that.
Where would you be finding beats in 2008? Was YouTube?
Nah, we was more so on like SoundClick.
SoundClick?
Yep, SoundClick. It was
heard of that.
Yeah, it was a website called SoundClick, and a lot of producers used to do their beats and then put them on SoundClick, and then we go in there and jack them and rap over them. We didn't have money for beats and all of that, so we go in there and jack them and rap over them. So it'll be around this time where I'm trying to get on SoundClick and look up beats, and they want to play around. So I start getting angry. I'm unplugging shit. I'm cutting TVs off. I'm unplugging the game. I'm wrapping the controllers up. And when I start getting like,
you're like
this,
my mom when I've played too much Nintendo and I haven't done my homework.
I was the businessman for a reason. I'm trying to. We here to like make music and shit. What the fuck are we doing playing?
Boys, what would be best? We make this rap album, or you play your video games.
Hey, and that's kind of how it was. So when I get in that mode, my homeboy used to always, as a joke, he'd be like, "Oh damn, Gotti, all right, Gotti, damn." So everybody would be like, "Yeah, Biz Gotti." They just get real mad, like I'm Irv Gotti. I mean, like I was John Gotti, just controlling everything, and it was a running joke for a while. So one day when my dad had called me, I guess he was trying to show my music off to his friends at work under the Businessman. And it was like so many other guys that pulled up under that name. And he was like, "Son, you got to change your name. Like, I'm sitting here trying to tell people about you, and I can't find your videos." And I was like, "Okay, let me change it." And then I changed it to Biz Gotti, the name that they was playing with. And then I bought a Benz, took the Biz off and added the Benz. And Benz Gotti.
Are you stuck with Benzes for the rest of your life now?
I love Benzes though, so I'm cool to be stuck with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
I love Benzes. It's time for me to get a new one. I think I'm about to
All
get a
right,
new
so yeah, I guess you can't. Well, you can't pick your nickname, but I feel like you can most certainly pick your rap, or your music name, your stage name, if you will.
Right. I went through a lot of different names, like probably like every other artist. Like,
well, he was right too about Businessman. It is a good name, but that is like search. They call that SEO, right? Search engine optimization or something like that.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess you do want something that you just type it up
and only you pop up.
You're right.
I was having that problem, and it was like really messing me up. And I didn't see it because I wasn't really searching myself. I was just rapping and then like putting shit out. And so when they started telling me that, I said, "Oh, we got to do something."
Yeah,
rebranding. I got that from Diddy too. Once they learn your name, change it, and then change it again, and then change it again.
Why?
I don't know. It was just something Diddy said back in the day. He was always like, it's always good to like rebrand.
He did do it.
He'd have been everything. Diddy, Puff Daddy,
P.
Love.
Diddy.
He going by Love right now.
Puffy Combs.
Yeah, I'm saying he'd have been everything. So, and we know every moniker he got. You know it.
Yeah, but I mean, we know a lot of other people we know Tupac. We know, Biggie had a few, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You had Biggie, you had Notorious B.I.G.,
Well, you got
had Small.
Jay-Z's always Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Most people just, one of the best, longest, greatest in the game, Too Short.
Short, Uncle Short. I love Too Short, man.
Yeah.
I gotta meet Too Short one day.
Me too.
I gotta meet Too
I
Short.
would love to get him on the show. He used to have a podcast. I don't know if he still does. It was called something Box. What was it? I don't know, but he had a good podcast.
I need to look that up. That's hard.
I wonder if he still does it. Something Box. Oh, shit. Too Short. I don't know, but look up Too Short Podcast. It should come up. It was good.
You know who
Why aren't I listening? How come I'm not listening to that anymore?
What, Too Short?
His podcast. I need to find it.
Oh,
I need to see if it's still out there.
Now you got me interested, and I think I'm gonna go look it up after this.
Yeah, everybody out there, stop listening to this podcast right now.
Go find what.
And go find somebody else's podcast. Speaking of how to promote yourself, that's not the way to do it. Promoting, let me tell you, promotion, I sometimes like to think that I'm like maybe not too smart for it to work on me, but I know advertising and shit works on me because we're drinking proper 12 right now. I've been watching a lot of, I think I've been seeing it on Barstool Sports, just stuff on YouTube, like that kind of stuff. And Conor McGregor did a commercial on YouTube the other day where he, props his feet up. He's sitting next to a lion and he goes, proper 12. I was like, oh shit, that's right. I forgot that he had a whiskey. And then I went to go to the liquor store an hour and a half ago to pick up some whiskey. And I was looking, and I like to try new things.
Right.
And I saw that. I was like, oh shit, it was on the bottom shelf hidden. I was like, I can't believe they're doing that to my man.
Right.
But I saw, I was like, oh, I got to try it because of the commercial I saw.
See? And you remembered that.
Yeah.
So, and it's crazy that you said that. I was just sitting there telling Tom from the D earlier about his podcast, and we starting a network.
What's his podcast called?
Pass the Sauce.
Pass the Sauce.
Pass the Sauce.
There it is, everybody. Go listen to that one. Shut this on off again. If you just went to go listen to Too Short's podcast, and then you came back to go back to where you were to catch up on this podcast, stop again. And go to Pass the Sauce.
Pass the Sauce. And I'm on the first episode on Pass the Sauce. So
nice.
Yeah, go ahead and watch that. But I was just telling him, since we started like a network, we came together and said, man, we're going to start our own network, kind of like BET, VH1, MTV, our own network, and then have a bunch of series of shows on that network. So one of the shows would
like
be,
a YouTube show channel network?
Yep, like a whole network. We're going to build it out.
What's it going to be called? We don't know yet.
We know, but we kind of playing with the name still. So
okay, so it's
give
not
it a
out
sec.
there ready yet.
Not
So you're
just
gonna have
yet.
a name.
Not
And,
just
and
yet.
what is your goal? What is your?
And what I was telling him, I said, since we're gonna have this on YouTube, I said, you know what'd be dope? If we shoot our own commercials. And we just make our own cuts in the middle of whatever show we got, like he got the Pass the Sauce. Once he, in the middle of the Pass the Sauce, when it goes to commercial, instead of it going to another commercial, it'll be a commercial from another show that's on our network.
Right.
Doing our own commercials.
Yeah.
And he was like, our own commercial? I was like, yeah. I was like, because think about it. You want a lot and you learn a lot from commercials. And the more that you see these commercials, the more you be wanting to go to it. Like you just said with the proper 12. You watched the commercial. At the time you was watching the commercial, you didn't think too much of it. But later on, when you went to the liquor store and was looking around.
Like, oh shit, proper 12.
And that was from that commercial. Earlier.
Yeah.
So I was like, if we run our own commercials, we can spin it and keep this thing going in a circle, in our own circle. I'm just thinking a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
So,
I like that. Barstool. Do you know who Barstool Sports?
I do know Barstool.
They do a lot of that stuff. They do a lot of their own little commercials.
Yeah,
within
Barstool
their
is dope.
shows.
$1 million worth of game is on. Yeah, they promoted by Barstool. I mean, sponsored by Barstool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite podcasts too.
Yeah, everybody loves that one too. Guys, if you came back, go to that one now next. All right, well, it's good to have you here, Benz Gotti.
Man.
I don't know what to call you. That sounded probably, was that just the whitest thing?
Nah, I mean, people
way anyone's ever said your name? Benz Gotti.
I hear them all. I hear the whole Benz Gotti. I hear just Benz. I hear just Gotti.
I don't know what to call you yet.
Any whatever's comfortable.
I know. I don't know what's
Whatever.
comfortable yet.
He said, I don't know what's comfortable. Just keep
Benz,
going.
I can't do Gotti. I'm going to call you Benz.
Yeah.
I like Benz. That's a little, I don't know. There's too many Gottis out there.
Yeah, so just do Benz. Benz, you talking to one of the greatest Gottis of all time right now.
Slow your roll. Slow your roll.
On Neandertalk. For real. That's what it is.
All right.
Just like I was telling Tom, man, I ain't got time to be waiting on nobody to stamp me. I'm going to stamp my damn self. I don't got time for nobody to put me on. I'm going to put my damn self on. So everything that I'm doing is I'm doing it myself. I'm not waiting on nobody.
Charles, what do I say about this podcast? It's the hardest podcast in Kansas City. It's the best podcast out there.
You're supposed to believe that.
And that's what I say. That's what I believe.
Yeah. In your heart, in the bottom of your heart, when you cut all these lights
it really
out,
is.
Nobody here, it's just you, and you look yourself in the mirror, what do you think of yourself?
Not even that, but when I don't listen. Sometimes I listen to my podcast. Like, I'm like, oh, I wanted to hear what a certain guest had to say. Like, I want to re-listen to that because he said some stuff I didn't write down, and I want to listen to it.
Right.
And I'll listen to it, and I get sucked into my own podcast all the time.
I do too with my music.
Yeah,
I tend to do that.
Yeah, all rappers are like that.
You're
not. Are you a rapper or a musician? Because I don't know that I call you a straight rapper because you do a lot of I'm R&B type stuff.
Yeah, I do everything. So I'm a musician, and it's crazy you said that. I love R&B, and they used to pick on me for that. When I first started rapping, I used to do like female songs and all that shit. Yeah. Dudes would be like, man, nigga, that shit soft. Like, what you always doing? And I'm like, bro, I love these bitches. Like, why wouldn't I? Like,
yeah, help me understand that because I would have been like, dude, you're soft. What are we doing here?
That's what they used to do. Like, man,
I can't listen to it either. I scared. Like, I'm not an R&B fan. I can't really do it. I'll do some Trapped in a Closet if that counts. But like outside of that, like I ain't trying to.
To be honest, I didn't make it for the dudes. You know what I'm saying?
I know
that's not
but
who
dudes
I really
are
made
like,
it for. So,
but you're not.
I'm cool if it's only the women that want to listen to it. I'm cool with that. If my show is filled with women, I'm cool with that.
I get that. There's just something. I don't know how to put it. I
was always taught, man.
It's not like you're trading. You're not a trader. Exactly on men, but it is a little bit like we see what you're doing. Oh, we see what you're doing. All right,
I love women with a passion.
You know what? We all do.
I love women with a passion.
We all do, but we don't have to get like put our little hearts out there and sing all soft to them, baby. My heart's for you.
Hey.
Like. I don't know.
I'm the guy.
I'm not sensitive.
I'm the guy that used to be talking on a chick back in the day with the R&B in the background.
God damn. That's what's funny about people. People are just built so different. It's fun, but like I don't understand. I think that's where when us guys come to a guy like you, we do when we're like, dude, that shit's soft. It is coming from because we know what you're doing.
But another thing,
we know what you're doing.
I know, but I was also the guy getting a lot of pussy on the low.
Yeah,
I was also that guy, and you thought I wasn't knocking nothing down. That's your fault.
I would never. I was that. I would
guy
never
too.
assume that. I would never assume you're not getting it. I don't assume that about any guy. I don't know. I assume
there's a lot of dudes not getting it. There's a lot of frustrated guys out here, man.
Yeah, we call them simps.
Man, a lot of angry dudes. Man, a lot of dudes would be happy if they was getting some better pussy, smoking some better weed.
You think that's?
I feel better like after I got some good pussy and then like smoke some good weed. It's like, how could you not be in a good mood after that?
I mean, all pussy's good.
Nah, not necessarily. I wouldn't say that.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
I don't know. I've not had a whole listen.
How much? See, I'm saying I've had a plethora of different pussies. So, no, they not all the same, man. They not.
Yeah. You know what? I've not. I'm trying to think. You might catch a chick on a bad day.
You got the super wets. You got the super dries. You got the super.
Well, this dry can happen, and that's why you bust out the lube.
I never used lube before.
Well, if you're with a dry pussy, don't you think it would help both of you out if you use a little bit of lube?
Nah, I got to get away from that pussy.
No, that ain't her fault. Some women that's not their fault, and it just helps things along for whatever reason.
I didn't say it was your fault. It's just not my type. You know what I'm saying? It's like I leave them for guys like you that like to.
It's not. I'm not. Hold on now. Settle it. I didn't say I was into it. I'm not like that's not like my kink. All right, I'm into some shit, but I ain't like that's not like my thing. Oh, I'm looking for a dry pussy. No.
I'm looking for a job.
That's not what I'm looking for. But I'm just saying. It happens to some women and they can't help it. It's just like maybe a condition they have or whatever. And I don't think it should be. I don't think a man should ever make a woman feel bad that they need to use some lube for whatever reason, because it ain't necessarily their fault.
Right.
And also it ain't the dude's fault that he can't get her wet the way he thinks. It's just weird biology or chemistry or whatever.
Right.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So that's not. I
didn't say nothing. There was nothing wrong with it. It's just not what I.
Well, you're saying bad pussy.
You kind of remind me of. Richard Pryor. I was watching the Richard Pryor special from a while ago, and he had this joke on there. It was like, and bitch dudes always talking about all pussy ain't the same. Yes, it is. He said all pussy is the same. He said even if you get a dry pussy, send it to me and I'll put some spit shine on it. I was like, oh shit, like, that boy is wild.
You know, I should know more about Richard Pryor's stand up. I only know him from his movies. Like Brewster's Millions. Like, give me some Brewster's Millions all day. I love that movie.
Yeah. My cousin put me up on Richard Pryor movies. I had no idea because I'm a fan of Dave Chappelle. So this is how I got into the Richard Pryor thing. So I'm a big fan of Dave Chappelle, and I was just like, Dave Chappelle is the god of this. He's the best. Nothing's better, nothing's greater. And I'm just thinking like everything he's doing, it was just the dopest shit.
Sprinkle some crack on it.
Right. So when I watched the Chappelle show, it's like my favorite show of all time. And then I remember my big cousin.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
34.
Okay.
So Chappelle show was my favorite show of all time, and I was in high school when that was running. So my big cousin, he was like, well, yeah, no, this ain't shit, but a remake of Richard Pryor. He said, you know, Richard Pryor had his own sketch comedy. I'm like, what? What the fuck you talking about? And he had showed this shit to me. And I was like, oh, shit. Dave is not the first one who did this.
Right.
But for my generation, it was everything. You know what I'm saying? So I started studying more Richard Pryor, watching the movies and watching the stand-ups. And I was like, oh, okay. I get it now. I kind of see what y'all saying.
And in between Richard Pryor and Dave Chappelle, I would say it was Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. We just had this conversation the other night on the way to the Dave Chappelle show. My cousin was telling me.
I grew up. I love Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh man, all of them. All of them was dope. Yeah, all of them was dope. For sure. What's your favorite stand up by Eddie Murphy?
You gotta go with Raw.
Raw. I said the same thing. Raw. And I think second is like Delirious. Delirious was funny as hell to me too. But Raw, I gotta give it to Raw. Raw was like,
you gotta be careful though.
One of the hardest.
Just saying that you like that album will get you canceled.
What? Which one? Raw?
Either one of them.
Oh damn. That's how it was?
Yeah, go back and he can't say that stuff now.
Oh yeah, because it was ooh.
A little homophobic. Just slightly homophobic.
He was on a lot of shit. And he was off in Bill Cosby's ass on there too.
Yeah.
he got off in his ass on there.
Yeah. So you're into comedy.
I love comedy. I love comedy.
So I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of tapped in a little bit on before we cut the mics on. But one of the main reasons you're sitting across from me right now is because you're friends with C-Dub and Fastlane. And I was like, all right.
They're my brothers.
Yeah. I was like, he's tapped in with them. All right, I'll get him on here. But so you've done albums with, or you've featured with on some of their stuff, and then what is your history with them? Me and
C-Dub, we go way back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Back when we was just like two dirty broke dudes that didn't really have nothing. It was just aspiring and had dreams and shit of doing this together. Actually, C-Dub was the first artist that I've ever ran into who had a catalog of music. And like this shit blew my fucking mind at the time. So I'm thinking this is probably when I was
You know how catalogs come out every year?
Man.
Like the JCPenney's catalog? That whole catalog comes out once a year?
Yes.
That's C-Dub. C-Dub's got a catalog every year.
He told me to come over to his apartment. I went to the apartment actually I was going over there to record. Yeah, that's good.
You want another Ice Cube?
No, that's okay. That's cool with me. That thing was so huge. That was crazy. That Ice Cube. So I went over there and I was going to record with this artist named Miko. We was going to record. And when Dub had set me down at the computer, it was a bunch of folders on there. And I'm like, dude, why you got so many fucking folders on here? Like, what is this shit? He was like, oh man, these is albums. I said, these are what? He's like, yeah, these are albums. So then he started clicking into the folders, and all these songs, every folder had a bunch of songs in them. And I'm like, it's no fucking way. Who does this much music? Who sits here and records this much? Just like, it's no way. So he was like, yeah, I pretty much do this every day. I record every single day. And I'm like, what the fuck? And at that time, only people I knew that recorded like that was like Lil Wayne and, you know what I'm saying, Lil Wayne. For real, he was the only one that had that much damn music. So that inspired me, and that lit a different kind of flame in me in that day. So I looked at what he had. I looked at the program. That's when I learned about Pro Tools and all of this shit. So I was like, I went and bought all of that shit and started me a studio in my house after going to Dove's house, seeing the studio, seeing all that music. And then I started recording every single day. And now I got thousands and thousands of songs. It's like crazy.
Well, all right.
And we've been locked in there since then.
All right, I'm going to veer off because I did have a spot. I had a reason to ask that question, but I'm going to spin to a different. So if you did all of that, how come you haven't had an album drop or a single drop in a couple years? I think your last was
like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. What's that about?
Women.
Really? You're writing all these little R&B songs, and look what it did to you.
My last relationship like took a toll on me, and I didn't really.
You couldn't.
Mentally, it took a toll on me. It was like a toxic situation, period. So mentally, I was just shut down. Like, I still was recording.
Well, so what happens? So you meet this chick. She like, oh, Benz Gotti, I sure love your R&B song. That's one was singing to me, wasn't it? And then you guys fall in love. You guys,
actually,
and then what happens? And then you just like, you know what? What did she say? That's it. I fell in love with your songs. You can't do that no more because I don't want other chicks coming after you. Like, what makes you stop?
Not necessarily that. It's just everyday shit of dealing with a toxic person. It's just get to you. It's like all of the just getting blamed for a bunch of shit that I'm not doing, just the insecurities and all the different shit that she was going through, and from past relationships that was like getting put onto me. So like I'm dealing with this shit every day to the point where I don't even feel like going to the studio, or even if I'm in the studio, I can't think of shit. My mind is so bogged up with all of this bullshit every day, and I'm really trying to work on this and trying to help this person. It happens
slowly?
Yeah, so I'm slowly trying to work on this and get this person together, not realizing how fast time is moving. Okay. That's another thing we don't really realize, how fast time really moves. Once you kind of like get locked in on something or you get lost on something, you don't understand how fast those fucking days go by, man. And next thing I know, I'm looking up, couple years, I ain't dropped shit, I haven't done nothing, and I'm just like mentally checked out. So then once I'm like out of that relationship, it was like, oh man, I needed to decompress and just go away for a minute. And
how you were with her for what, 3 years?
Yeah, 4 years.
3 or 4 years. So the entire time you've been
with her, I didn't drop nothing. I didn't do nothing.
And now you're coming back like
and now
the prodigal son.
Relationship is over, yeah, and I'm done with that and I'm free.
How long has it been over with?
About a year now.
Okay.
And that's why I got all this new material.
Your new song, what's the name of it?
Her Loss.
Her Loss. I listened. Funny that you sent me the link to it. I was like in the middle of already listening to it when you sent that.
Hey, that's crazy.
That's guys. Yeah. Well, explain that. Like, so that was just that. Is that song about this past relationship?
Yeah, that's exactly what that's
She
about.
Got weird.
Got hella weird. And it's crazy, like when the people you love just turn weird on you and shit. But she got hella weird. And that song came from a night out with my partners. We was at Red Door having drinks, just sitting there talking, and they was just asking me like about what was going on and what happened. And I'm just sitting here like explaining everything. And then we start talking about a bunch of future goals and shit that we about to do and things that we want to get into. And then they was like, man, all the shit you about to have going on, like, don't even worry about that. That's her loss, bro. I was like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about that. Mm-hmm. And we had a couple more drinks, and we was talking. When I left, I was kind of fucked up. So then when I got to the house, I was just sitting there in my studio. I was sitting there and I was like, man, thinking about the conversation that we had just had. And I was like, yeah, that kind of is her loss. For real. And then I started going through the beat. And as soon as I heard that beat, that shit just came to me. I watched the bitch that I wanted to marry get weird on me. And I watched niggas that I helped carry get weird on me. Still kept it real in all them situations, no smear on me. Lost it all and got it back now. That's why I walk around with no fear on me. So, and it just came. And boom, next thing you know, about 20 minutes later, her loss was done.
Wow. That must be so cool as an artist. Even taking that many years off. Yeah. When you sit down and it just kind of comes to you and you can just drop some bars like that and it sound good. Because
I really do this. Like, I love it. Like, it's a passion for, it's the longest dream that I can remember since like a little kid. That thing that you want to be.
But you let a chick get in the way. Damn. That's got to hurt.
We all do, though. If you pay attention, a lot of dudes let chicks get in the way.
I'm divorced.
And we don't realize
I live in a duplex. I have 2 kids. You think I want to be? Yeah, trust me. I'm the same way. I got to.
Shit happens.
I ain't above it. It happened to me.
Shit happens, bro. And it does it. It's
I sang a song about it too.
Yeah. And the thing that's crazy is it happens so gradually. I kind of compare it to like when they cook lobsters. They put them in the pot and then they boil them. It's like you don't really know you dying. It just feels like a hot jacuzzi tub until the next thing you know you're dead.
Oh, you're thinking the frog in the pot. Lobsters are going into straight boiling water. They ain't messing. They know what's up right then. It's you put a frog in a pot and and then it slowly gets hot. Yeah.
And then you think it's a hot tub and this shit and thinking it's a sauna and it's really your death tub.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're soup.
And you're dead. And that's what a lot of relationships are like. It's like it slowly takes a toll on you, and then before you know it, you 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the line, and it's like, what the fuck happened?
Where did my time go?
Who am I now? What? Well, then because you done got so lost into that, and time moves so fast, man. Like we think time is slow, time moves fast as hell.
How long you been away from her?
A year now.
A year now, he said. How great does it feel to like be single? I mean, I don't know if you're single, but how great does it feel to be just out of that and just like doing your whatever you want? I don't know.
It's like,
are you single?
No, I'm not single.
God damn!
I'm not single.
Damn! You kidding me? You're jumping right back into it. All right, frog.
It kind of wasn't. It kind of wasn't right back in. It kind of wasn't right back in.
It's been a year. Come on, you need a couple years. To
but the person that I'm with,
I know. Here we go. Sing a song for her. I'm ready for it. Let's
sing
go.
A song for her.
Let's hear it.
I've known her for years. Like we've been great friends, and really it just kind of happened. So like after the relationship, I went through a deep dive, bro. Like I had a bunch of white dog shit in my stomach. I wasn't eating. Like I lost a hella weight, bro. Like a lot of shit. Just going through like the depression phase and all that shit.
That'll get you.
Yeah, because I was with her for like 4 years every day.
That's a minute.
4 years of my life. For the last 4 years of my life, every day I spent with this person, and that happened. So I went through like that little deep depression phase, and then during that time, my girl now was just being another good friend to me, like she's always been over the years, and was just like really picking me out that rut, bro.
All right, whatever.
You know
I'm
what I'm
happy for you, but I'm happy for you, but I don't have to like it.
You said I don't have to like it.
I can be happy for you, but I don't have to like it.
Hey.
I've been divorced for like over 5 years.
Oh shit! So now, what's taking you so long to get back on the horse?
Why would I do that again? What am I trying to do?
I'm not saying get married again.
Listen,
but
I'll never get married again. I'll probably never live with a woman again. Like I got my 2 kids. When I have them, and it's like I'm a dad, and I absolutely love being a dad. I love being their father.
Yep,
it's my favorite fucking thing. But when I have them, it's like my time. It's like that. This is my family. And then when I don't have them, I do whatever the fuck I want when I want.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what. Like I'll,
True. It's all about what you want and like what you feel.
I don't know. I'm just not trying to like get straight up. I'm not trying to be that frog in that pot again. Like I learned from I jumped out before I turned into soup. I was crispy and weak for a little while. But I put a little aloe vera on my skin. I hung out in the basement with some moist towels on me.
Oh shit!
And like I learned from that mistake. This frog is like living in a pond. I'm dodging bass. Birds ain't catching me. I'm doing my own. Like I'm living my life. Every now and then I hop on another frog. I'll bang a couple frogs here and there, have some fun, jump from lily pad to lily pad. But, Yeah.
See, I think it's all about the person. See, like for me, being in a relationship, especially if it's the right thing, the right situation, for me is good in a lot of ways because, like I told you, I am such a lover of women. And like when I'm single, bro, I'll just be so far in the
whatever.
So
you
much
weren't
shit, even
single.
I would just
you didn't even have any single time. You
no, I'm talking about even before that though. Even before that relationship, I was single for a while, and I was doing a lot of shit, bro.
Yeah.
I had babies that was about to be put on me that wasn't mine.
Oh, yeah, been there.
Yeah, I went through a whole lot of shit in my single phase.
You
bro.
like toxic people? How many toxic relationships?
Man.
They are the best though.
Man,
I know.
It's like
They're
it feels
dangerous.
good, but
They're
it's dangerous. It's super dangerous, bro. And you gotta watch it. And you gotta really pay attention what that is and what it does for you. The relationship that I'm in now feeds towards my creativity. You know what I'm saying? And it's like one thing that's been hard for me is to have a relationship doing music. Bro, that has like been hard for me. Like she's really like the first woman that I've been with that I can like freely do music, bro. And it's like
for
cool.
now. Hey, for now.
He said for now.
For now. I have had Charles can probably attest to this. I have had this conversation with so many other creative people before, whether it's musicians or comics or whatever, like especially for dudes. At some point, I don't know,
it's hard.
The woman
is
gonna want more.
Yeah, because we got to give a lot of time to what we do.
If you want to be the next whatever Tory Lanez or whatever whoever, I don't know. I don't know why that name came to me. It was whatever. Young Dolph R&P.
Oh shit.
I don't know. The next big
thing,
bigger type thing.
Someone alive.
He said somebody alive and free. Not for real. Facts. Oh God. But now I get what you're saying. I watched the clip.
Hold on. You know, you got me. I'm trying to think of good ones.
Kind of what you're saying is
Big X the plug.
You kind of remind me of this clip that I just seen like with Michael Jordan. I just seen this clip and I was telling Tom for the D about this clip with Michael Jordan. He was saying,
Crying Jordan?
Yeah, about crying Jordan. But it was some of the realest shit. He was saying, in order to be like a real great like I am and be at the top of your game, you got to be selfish.
Right.
You have to be selfish in a lot of ways.
Right.
Like he said, this is why a lot of shit that I did didn't work out. Certain friendships, certain relationships, certain little shit just didn't work out because I had to be selfish. And I had to realize times you might be wanting me to like chill and be in the bed with you. Bitch, I got to be in the gym shooting. Right. I got to be over here practicing. I got to be watching game tapes, bitch, and studying for the next thing, whatever. So you got to, it's like hard for anybody who wants to be the best at what they do and they feel, especially like entertainment, if you don't have a partner that's like very understanding of that, of, hey, I gotta put a lot of time towards this. Doesn't mean I love you any less, doesn't mean I don't want to be with you, but you have to understand I'm a creator in what I do too. Like I have to divulge a lot of time and attention to this shit to be the best. I gotta be zoned in, dialed into this shit. And you gotta be with somebody that's like very understanding of that. And if you're not, it's not gonna work. And that's what I was saying. Like what I'm with now,
I know, but
God,
I get that, and I understand that you get that, and that's why I said, "Oh, for now," because you can be with a woman, and she's like, "I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Oh yeah, do your thing. I'll let you do your thing."
Right.
But then after a while, like
it becomes something.
This broke motherfucker. He ain't made it big yet. He ain't even half the size of Tech 9 yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
right.
Once he get, I need this and that. You know, when am I gonna get my ring?
Well,
when am I gonna get a better car? Like what?
The good thing about that is
whatever it is, I'm just saying.
The best thing about that is I ain't a broke motherfucker. So and she knows that. So we can do whatever she wants to do, and I'm still can chase my dreams and do what I need to do. Like I was just having this conversation with Tom earlier too. I have to always make sure my bottom line and shit is secure. Mm-hmm. Before I can do what I really want to do. Because like you, I got little girls. So I got to always make sure that's taken care of before I be trying to run around the world and do a bunch of other shit to entertain people and shit. So that's always going to be taken care of. My business is going to be handled. Like I said, I was the businessman back then, 18, coming out my daddy's house for a reason. Like I'm always been on that. I left at 18, never been back, never will be. And I'm just doing better and better every year. I'm getting better with this shit. Like they say, if you ain't getting richer every year, you're doing something wrong. I'm getting richer every year. I'm doing better with this shit. Yeah. So like, and it's only going to continue to get better. Now I'm getting off into this real estate. Oh man.
Will you teach me how to get rich? What am I doing wrong? What can I do?
You know, I'm gonna tell you the first thing you did wrong.
I got married.
You didn't ask questions. You didn't ask enough questions. You've had guys who knew how to get to that money on here. I've been watching. Like, you've been having guys and people, but I don't know if you necessarily know, and you don't like ask enough to get into those type of things.
I don't ask people for shit.
Yeah,
I'm not the type to ask. I was really just kidding about teach me to get rich. That was just a joke.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm not the kind of I don't know how to ask for things.
But you know, that's crazy because you got a podcast. And it's like, this is the best way to ask for anything. Like,
yeah, but no one's going to teach me how to get rich in an hour and a half or 2 hours. Like, you know what I mean?
No, but what they can do is spark something in your brain.
Oh,
just
I don't
like that
believe
commercial.
Yeah,
like that commercial that can spark something and put you on to something to make you want to look into something later. See, I can say something to you today that won't mean shit to you right now, but get 5 months down the road and it's something to happen, and then you'll come back to this and it'll click. Like, oh,
okay,
that's what.
All right, I'm waiting.
About. I don't know what that thing is.
God
right
damn
now.
it! I thought you had it.
I don't know what that particular thing is right now. But what I'm saying is that can be from any conversation that you have with anybody.
I get that. But hear me out, because I've had over 200 episodes. I've talked to all kinds of fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've come to the conclusion of, it's just in some people's DNA to have that gene in them, that hustle gene, that like, money's my thing. I'm hustling. Yeah. I'm going to get that. I'm going to figure out how to get that.
That's all.
I don't have that.
Oh.
I just don't have that. Money's not... I wish I had so much money I didn't have to work and I could travel the world.
I was about to say, you're probably doing well enough that you don't need to have that.
I do fine. I'm going to start doing, I just got rid of my child support. I'm not paying her anymore. I've just
Congratulations,
I'm done paying you, bitch.
Congratulations.
Done. I'm not, they can come after me, but they ain't getting, no, I'm just kidding. We made a deal. My ex-wife and I made a good deal where I don't have to pay child support no more. Like, so I hate
child support. I don't believe in that.
I don't either. I don't believe in it if you're a part of those
children's lives.
If
you're really daily taking care of your children, doing anything they need, whatever. I don't believe in that. That's
I don't either. So anyways, I'm going to start having a little bit more money come my way. Poker's been good to me these past.
You play poker? Yeah. You're a gambler.
Poker, I don't call it gambling. However,
oh man, you're a bad gambler.
However,
oh man,
no.
He just said I don't even call it gambling.
No,
that's another different. That's
poker's
another
not
level.
Gambling. Poker's skill.
Oh,
however,
shit.
I do like to gamble, and I do play. I bet football.
So what do you call poker? Poker's not like playing spades. We ain't just doing this shit for fun.
Poker is a skillful game where you make money in the long run if you're good.
You're one of those kind of gamblers. You serious?
That's a real. I study poker. I do decent at poker. Now gambling, on the other hand, sometimes I do pretty good, and then there's other times where I'm like, damn, how did I lose that? How did the Lions lose to the fucking Seahawks last weekend?
So do you never lose at poker?
Over the long run, no. But there are times I will lose. Like, I play tournaments. So tournaments are high variance. It's very hard to win a tournament. But when you do win, you win big. Like, I did pretty good last Sunday. I got third place for a nice chunk of change. It only cost $150 to enter, and I won a pretty good chunk. And even if I go and I lose the next 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times, I'm still up. And then for that 5th time, I'll probably cash again. Like, I'll probably get another final table and get another good score. So that's how it works. Like, you're going to lose a lot.
It's so hard for me to, like, put my money out there like that.
You're going to lose a lot, but when you win, you're going to win more than you've lost.
Oh, man. I don't know. I had aunties who gambled.
But that's not that's different because it's a game of skill. Now I can go and play that. I can go play. I love roulette and I love craps. I love all those games. I do like to gamble that way. But I can go and I can go lose $100. I can lose $100. I can lose $100. It doesn't mean I'm going to make it back in the 5th, 6th, 7th time. You can probably keep losing because they have the edge. But poker, there's no edge. It's just how good are you. You're not playing against the casino. You're playing against other players. But when you gamble...
But it's for a pot of money, though, right?
Yeah.
It's like essentially the same type of thing. It's like...
All right.
I mean, humans way better than just going against the machine to me. You got better chances against...
If I'm playing against you and I'm better than you, I'm going to beat you 8 out of 10 times. You might beat me a couple times, but I'm going to beat you 8 out of 10 times. If I'm playing a game against a casino, you're going to beat me 55% of the time. No matter what, no matter how good I play, you're going to beat me. I'm going to win 45% of the time. You're going to win 55% of the time. So that's gambling because I know overall the casino is going to beat me.
Right.
But poker, no, probably not. Because if you're good at poker, that's why there's professional poker players who a lot of people know. Like, have you ever heard of Phil Hellmuth?
That sounds familiar.
Daniel Negreanu?
Yeah, these guys sound familiar.
Phil Ivey? All right, well, they sound familiar because they're like the best poker players. It's not they're the luckiest people in the history of gambling. And there's a lot of people that are just they just win every year after year. They win because they're not gambling; they're just good at it.
So, if you would just say you've made a lot more than you've lost overall in gambling, poker,
not gambling, but poker. I've made more in poker than I've lost. But gambling, I'm probably down gambling. Yeah, probably, but not by a lot.
Are you into real estate by any chance?
I don't know the first thing about real estate. I rent. If you mean by that, yeah.
See, yeah, you will have a much better outcome putting your money into something like a real estate. I don't know what you make on poker. It's probably decent amount, but what I'm saying is, I know for sure,
right.
Putting it into some real estate and then watching that money come back to you, you'll definitely make a lot more over the long run.
But don't you have to see? I don't know shit, so I would assume I would have to have a ton of money I'd have to put down.
No, 10% of whatever the property that you're trying to go for. So let's say
they're trying to flip it or rent it.
Either or. So let's say, just for easy math, say this duplex. Say they throw this duplex up for $100,000. So in order to get this duplex, you would just have to put 10% of that, $100,000, which is
$10,000. I can do that.
You know, you can. That's what I'm saying. You can be able to get that, and which is a couple other things. Like you got to have your credit above a 600.
I got great credit.
They typically want to see whatever the mortgage that you're going to do on that property. So if the property is $100,000, you probably do your payments will probably be like $1,400 a month, $1,500 a month, some shit like that. Something super low. It's like people don't even understand how affordable.
I think it'd be less than that.
Yeah, probably
more
less
like
than
$800.
Well, a duplex going for about $100 grand.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So
on a duplex.
Yeah, so it's just different things. But what I'm saying is, once you get that 10% down, they probably want to see that $1,500 that you for the mortgage. You probably have to have like 6 months of that. Now, they just want to make sure if anything was to go wrong, you can be able to pay this loan up for 6 months until you can get somebody else in. So what you will do is go ahead and you can go to the bank. If you got above a 600 on your credit and everything, you can go to the bank and get a loan for this. Take out a loan, pay down the 10 grand that they need for the loan. Put another 10 or something in it just to fix it up if it might need cosmetics, paint, flooring, windows, different shit like that. And then at that point, it's up to you. You could either sell this for more, probably like you can
130.
No, like 200.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? You can make a real good profit off of this.
Okay.
So like 180, 200, something like that. You can sell it, or you could keep it, put renters in it. You can go through like Section 8, HUD housing, or anything like that.
Right.
Put renters in it.
You saw the street you came down.
Right. Or you could do, depending on the areas, Airbnb it. You can turn it into an Airbnb. So I just watched my cousin take a house. He got it from the bank, a land bank. I think it was up for like foreclosure and all this shit. They weren't doing nothing with it. Put it up for $800. He bought this property. He bought
a property for $800.
$800.
How do you? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So he bought this house for $800. And when he showed it to me, it looked like shit.
Right.
And I was
but just the land that it's on is worth $800.
Yeah. So I looked at it. I was like, why the fuck did you do that? Like, I didn't understand. This is before I knew what I know now. I was like, why the fuck did you do that? That don't even make sense.
I got $800 burning a hole in my pocket right now.
That's what I'm saying. We all have the money to be able to do this. We just don't have the knowledge to be able to do this. That's the difference. So he bought this thing for $800, and he ended up over the course of 4 years fixing it up. He put about $40,000 in it. Now he has that same property, and it's appraising at like 80,000. If he was to like sell it just right now, it's like 80,000. But he has it on Airbnb, and he's currently getting money out of this thing. That thing is probably profiting about anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500 a month.
Whoa!
And he's not doing nothing but on his phone checking them in, and that's it. And then when they're checking out, he pays a guy to go in and clean it up.
He don't even do it himself. He just pays somebody.
Automated, bro.
Damn.
Automated.
See, this is what I'm saying.
And he's making money, man. That's what I'm telling you. He's making $2,500 to $3,500 a month on just this one property that he's doing nothing with. Me and him just took a trip to Denver, and me and him, we had 2 different trips. That whole time, we both spent money, but I'm the only one who really spent money. He had money coming in, making money at home, and I'm sitting here spending money, making nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 2 different things.
But if something goes wrong, you got to pay for it.
Yeah. And that's what you'll set money aside for incidentals and things that may happen, taxes. You'll set money aside. You always have a few different bank accounts because you'll turn it into
a few different bank accounts. See, this is where
This is what I'm saying. You'll turn it in. It's essentially a business. So it's just like this podcast or anything else. You'll LLC it, turn it into a real business, and with any business.
I haven't LLC'd this or done shit with it. I just do it. Because I told you, I don't know.
It. Right, yeah, just for the love.
No, because I'm too stupid to know how to do any of this other shit.
And LLC lazy. Is easy. You can do that for $200. Like, get it. You want 50. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that is real simple. And that's what I was just telling you. It's not so much that you can't do it or people can't do this shit. They just don't have the knowledge to do the shit.
You're right.
Once you get the knowledge, you can do any fucking thing you want to do. You'll realize this shit is a lot easier than what you really think it is. That Benz outside, I got that shit with no money down, just having good credit. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about perspective. Now, had I would have had that Airbnb, now let me tell you a quick story about that Benz. When I first bought that Benz, it was around the same time that he bought that $800 house. And he told me, sell that Benz. And I was like, are you fucking crazy, bro? I just bought this Benz. I'm not selling my Benz.
Like, Benz, don't you know my name?
Yeah, I was like, bro, you crazy.
I'm Benz Gotti,
I told him, I said it's too late. I didn't know
what do you want me to do? Buy a Honda? I can't be Benz Gotti in a Honda. They're going to start calling me Honda Gotti.
And that's what I told him. I said it's too late. I said, I done already changed my name to Benz Gotti now. I can't send the Benz back. I'm not Benz Gotti no more. It's like, no, that's stupid. You sound stupid. I'm not doing that. So he was like, okay, I'm trying to tell you, sell the Benz. And I didn't do it. I was like, yeah, that's stupid. I just had a conversation with him about a month ago. I went over to his house and we were sitting down talking, and he was like, yeah, so you know that house that's next door from the Airbnb that I got? I was like, yeah. He said, yeah, I got that one too. And he said, that one will be done in a little bit, and I'm turning that to an Airbnb too. So I'm about to have 2 of them checking me out the money. I said, damn, that's dope. He said, yeah, but you know what's the crazy part about it? I said, what? He said, when I was working on that $800 house that I bought, the guy that owned that house next door, he came to check on that property. He's from Australia. So he came down here to check on that property. He only had a few properties in the States to put his kids through college over in Australia. And they would come over here, and like when they wanted to visit America, they would come over here and stay in his properties and things like that. So now his kids are grown. They out of college. He don't want nothing else to do with the properties. So he was over here and he wanted to sell them. So he seen my cousin working on his property. And he's like, hey, since you already developing that one, I got a property over here. Matter of fact, I got 3 of them. I'll give you all 3 of them for $90,000. And my cousin was like, what? He was like, yeah, I'll give you all 3 of my houses because I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to come back to America. I just want to stay where I'm at. And he's like, I'll give you all 3 of them for $90,000 right now. We can work a deal out or whatever you want to do. At the time, my cousin was like, I ain't really have it. But he knew I did because I just bought the Benz. So when he was telling me to sell the Benz at the time, he was telling me to sell the Benz and go get the money and use the money from the Benz and put down on these 3 houses. Like I told you, you only need 10%.
30,000.
Yeah, it would have been it'd have been less than
9,000.
Yeah, it'd have been less than 10 because it's 90,000 for all 3 of them. So what he was trying to tell me was you had the money to buy all 3 of these houses. So he's like, if you would have sold that Benz like I told you, you would have had 3 of these. You see, I got 1 of them checking me $2,500 to $3,500 a month right now. If you would have sold that Benz right now today, you could have 3 of them checking you that each right now. And you will be driving a new Benz, the new 2024 Benz. And I just sat there and was like, what the fuck? And he was like, yeah, And you just now paying that Benz out, huh? I was like, damn. So the lesson in Sell the Benz was to really make a better financial. He was telling me that what I was doing was putting my money into a liability. Mm-hmm. He was trying to tell me, take your money out that liability and put your money into an asset. Mm-hmm. And now the difference between liabilities and assets, a lot of people don't know. A liability is just anything that's going to take money from you. It's going to cost you money. An asset is going to make you money.
That's right.
He was trying to teach me that then. I had no idea. I was oblivious to this whole shit.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad is my favorite fucking book. I love Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he taught a lesson in that about his wife, because his wife wanted a Benz.
Yep.
And he told her, we're not going to buy a Benz. Instead of buying a Benz, we're going to go buy an asset. And then when the money from the asset, you can use that to buy your Benz.
Yeah.
And she wasn't with it at first, but then when they did it and she seen it, she was like, yeah, this was good. You know.
Yeah.
That was me. So I was like.
Imagine how much more money he would have had if he was single.
Man. Yeah, for real, that part too. But I'm starting to like learn a lot of real life lessons, like live and direct. And when I sat down with him last month and he explained that shit to me, it just blew my mind. I was like, yeah, I'm never making that mistake ever again. Like that was dumb as hell. So it's all about shifting your thinking. That's all it is. It's just shifting the way that you think about things. Like the Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Don't go buy the liability. Buy an asset that's going to pay for the liability.
But liabilities are so much fun.
Yes. He's not telling you not to buy it, though. He never
buy it later.
Yeah, he never told her don't buy it.
Just buy it later.
He just said buy an asset that's going to pay for it so you don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
We get so caught up in, I bought this, I spent money on this, I did. Rich people don't do that. It's a whole different way of thinking.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck if their name is on that shit. Rich people don't even have this shit in their name. That's another thing you don't know. A lot of this shit is in LLCs. This cars that they drive, the houses that you see them living in, they're not paying for none of this shit. All of this shit is paid for by assets. All of this shit. So when you thinking you seeing them driving the new Ferrari or whatever and hopping out with the jewelry on and whatever, the new suits and all this shit, you like, oh shit, man, that dude got a lot. No, that dude knows about money. That dude has assets that's paying for these things.
Damn, I just assume he's got a lot of credit card debt.
And and that's another thing too. You can put all of this shit on your credit card and then just have the assets pay the credit card off.
Builds your credit.
Straight to the credit, and it also improves your credit.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, because it's showing a lot of activity and a lot of good payment history on there. So this is different ways of thinking about this shit. We just go about it the wrong way, bro.
I got great credit, but I'm not using it to my advantage.
And a lot of people are not. All
right, how can I go? Listen, how can I go buy an $800 to $1,000 property this weekend?
I don't think you can do it this weekend.
It's over with.
Market has changed. It's
it's
a little different.
It's too late.
We talking about.
It's too late.
No, I'm saying we're talking about 4 years ago when he done this.
Oh my god! What am I gonna do now?
What you can still do is
buy hookers and put them out on Independence Avenue.
No, that's dead. That's dead.
Come on, pimping ain't ever fucking dying.
Okay, all right, but you could go look up foreclosures. And those will be very cheap properties. These are properties that people can't afford, and you just come over and take over the mortgage, take the shit over, and it's yours.
Okay.
And do what you want to do. Now, you can get properties that already got people in them. It's like, you know what I'm saying, it's renters, and it's already showing that it can produce a profit because it already has renters in it right now. Or you can go straight.
I just take them over?
Yeah, you can just take that over. Take over that.
How do I do that?
That contract. So it's like I said, it's a lot of different ways to get into real estate, bro. It's just a matter of which way you want to do it. You want to go through the window, go through the door, go through the chimney. Like, which way do you want to get to it?
Yeah.
And this is how you can like sustain and really have money coming in and not worry about what you're doing. Like I was telling Tone, we're going to take this podcast to a whole nother level, and we're not worrying about what our finances is going to look like because we're going to already be rich from real estate.
Okay.
So this shit is just for fun. Everything else that we doing, music, this shit is for pure fun and for the love and joy. I'm not doing this shit to pay my bills. It's already paid.
All right, so for your YouTube, we can go back to your YouTube production company, if you will. Like, what exactly do you have envisioned? What are you looking for? If you're looking for anything, what's that gonna look like overall?
Really, it's more so I'm a partner of it, so it's like I don't.
I understand putting a podcast on there, but what else is going to be under this?
It'll be Tone also has a cooking show because if he also told you, Tone from the D, he's a culinary chef.
Tone
too.
from the D, everybody for just listening, is a gentleman sitting off camera, hanging out, drinking some whiskey. You need some more whiskey over there, Tone?
I'll take another shot.
You want some more? Come on over. Come on.
Get Tone some more whiskey. Tone from the D,
Get
man.
this guy some more whiskey. Tone from the D,
Tone
Detroit.
from the D, Detroit. Tone from the D, man. But he's also a culinary chef too, so he's gonna have a cooking show. So we have like that on there. We have the podcast on there, throw the cooking show on there.
I like that.
Do.
I need a cue, actually.
All right, we'll go get one.
I got you.
I'm working.
Give
on,
me one too.
I'm currently working on a vlog right now. Daily grind is just showing the everyday hustle of what I'm telling you, ins and outs of me trying to do my music and then me trying to transition and do real estate and all this other shit too. I'm just taking you along the journey. Everything that I've learned, I'm giving it out and spewing it out.
So is your I don't ever ask people this. I don't know why I'm asking you, but I'm going to. Is your main source of income is real estate type stuff?
It's going to be. It's not right now.
Okay.
Not currently. It's not right now.
I was saying for the YouTube stuff, that will be kind of cool to see inside the life of a real estate guy in Kansas City who thinks he can do musician career, but he's not going to be able to because he's stuck with a woman. It'll be cool to see that as a vlog. Oh, they didn't catch that.
I heard you. Yeah, but now it's gonna be dope, and that's what I said. I want to just take people through the everyday lives of what this may look like. It's not, and just like I'm telling you, it's really not what you think. It's really not what you think it looks like.
You want an ice cube?
Yeah. Let me get that shit. Is hard. I need to get me one.
Camera like that.
I need to get me one of these big ice cube makers. That is hard as hell.
Well, it's a liability, but I got it on Amazon.
They said it's a liability, but I got it on Amazon. But no, that's dope. It's adding to the show. It's adding to the ambiance and everything of the show. So that's dope.
So, in your opinion, should I LLC the podcast, and then does that mean I can like?
You know why I definitely would LLC your podcast?
Yeah. Why?
One, because it's in your basement.
Okay.
It's in your home, so it's a business, and by having a business in your home, it can help you on taxes.
Okay.
It's going to take away on taxes because now all of the income that you make and bring into this home is not solely for bills. It's for a part of the business that's inside of your home. So it's going to do, it's like tax deductions that you get to use from having a business in your home. So I would definitely LLC this shit.
Okay.
As soon as possible.
All right.
And I'm gonna tell you another step too. Whenever you move from here or whatever, I don't know. Are you buying? You renting, right?
I rent,
okay,
but my kids really like it here. My son just last week was like, "Dad, are we gonna move from here and get a new place?" I was like, "Yeah, I'd like to put you in a nicer place."
You definitely should.
And he goes, "Well, I like it here." I was like, "Well, all right. If you like it here, it's pretty fucking cheap."
You definitely should get out of here. See, this is something that I wish I learned at 18, and this is something I'm definitely going to instill into my daughters, and they're going to know this before they even reach 18. Renting is a dumb idea.
Yeah.
And the reason it is a dumb idea because you're just throwing away your money every month to somebody else. You're making somebody else rich. Essentially, what I'm just telling you about real estate of how you're going to acquire a property and put somebody in there and they're going to pay you. You're the person that's doing the paying now.
Yeah, but this is really cheap. It's cheaper than mortgage.
It's cheap. It's cheaper than mortgage for now, but I would also get a property too and then offset this so you're not even paying for this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's when it makes sense. It's like it doesn't make sense to be coming out of your pocket is what I'm saying.
I get that.
We gotta get as much shit out of our own pockets as we can to keep money coming in. So renting is a bad idea because I've been renting since I was 18 and I was just adding it up probably over the course of all these years from then to now. I've probably done $500,000 in rent. Easy.
Yeah.
I done spent $500,000 in rent. And we don't even realize how much money we run through.
We don't want to think about
That's
it.
what I'm saying. You don't even
I don't
realize.
want to think about that
All
shit.
of us has ran through millions.
Yeah, I thought about that. Like, you know what?
All the shit that you buy on a daily, all the shit, you really do touch millions. You just run through that shit so fast, you don't get to see it.
Run it.
But when you sit down and really slow, like I just told you, I have paid of $500,000.
Okay, but when you think about that, you get depressed.
Just rent.
Like,
but I would have, but look, same thing. Had I would have put that into a house when I turned 18, had I would have got a house.
But nobody knows that.
I know. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is why I'm learning this and I'm instilling this into my daughters.
I'm too
Rich
old.
people know this. Rich people and wealthy people know this. Broke motherfuckers don't know this shit.
I don't know shit.
Yeah, that's why you're a broke motherfucker.
I know.
Like me and everybody else is broke motherfuckers.
Yeah,
and we got to get on the other side of this shit. We got to get over the hump. And then I'm telling you, this is how to get over the hump. When my daughters come up, they're not going to be renting shit. They're going to be staying in homes and they're not going to be paying for. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a bunch of other real estate that I'll be in and inquire by the time they get to 18 that they can just go ahead and take over, and I'm show you how to do this shit. And then once you have your bottom line taken care of, now you're free to really invest in your dreams. A lot of people will never get to their real dreams because you're too busy chasing money to take care of your bottom line every day. You'll never reach your fucking dreams working a job. You're too busy trying to work, you know what I'm saying, trying to take care of your bottom line. But what if, let me ask you this right now. What if all of your bills, cell phone, rents, everything, loan payments, whatever you got, anything that takes money out of your pocket, what if all that was covered? Then what would you be doing with your life?
I don't know.
Most people don't. You know why? Because their lives have become making the money to take care of their bottom line. Outside of that, you don't know who the fuck you are.
I don't know what I would do.
You don't. A lot of people don't know.
I'd assume I'd be doing the same stuff, but
you too busy waking up every day to get money to do this.
Would I have to wake up every day to keep doing the same thing?
No. That's what I'm telling you. Once you get into this real estate shit that I'm telling you, and the money is coming in every day, you waking up
everything
doing
was
what
paid
you
for.
Do. What would you do?
Are you saying if everything was paid for and I didn't have to do the job that I have now?
Right. What would you do?
And I could just I had freedom.
What would you do?
Oh, that's easy. I do whatever the fuck I want.
Like what?
Travel.
I
want to fucking travel. Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I want to travel. The dream for me, I think this would be so cool, would be to have like a big ass boat. Not like obscenely crazy Jeff Bezos style.
Right.
But enough that you could comfortably live on and travel the
around.
ocean around. Like to go from here to Africa and not have to worry about
nothing.
Like that's what I would love to do. And just travel the world on a boat. And just see all these different cultures, try all these different foods, have this freedom to see the ocean, to fish and catch and eat fresh fish, to kite surf, just to visit the whole world and experience. I really struggle, but I almost believe that we live in a simulation.
We do.
And I want to be able to play this video game in God mode, basically, like to be able to this is what is what we're supposed to do.
That's rich
live
people.
This life how we want, do kind of what we want.
Wealthy people live this life in
but
God
not like
mode.
break through. I don't want to commit crimes and do shit. I just want to
do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, rich people live life in God mode. You don't even know what God mode is like.
Yeah, I know. That's
it's like playing all Madden and really knowing how to do it though.
Yeah.
To your advantage. Everything. You can manipulate everything to your advantage.
Yeah.
What if I told you you could do that?
Then I'd say, teach me. You Padawan, I am your whoever, whatever that.
When we get done with
whatever,
this.
I don't know. I don't know Star Wars or Star Trek.
When we get done with this podcast.
Yeah.
Watch it again.
Oh, I got it mentally clipped. I know what to do. I got to go start looking for $800 properties and fix them up in the next 5 years.
No, look, you just asked me to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it again.
Okay, no, I got you.
That's teaching.
Real estate.
That's teaching you.
I need real estate.
I'm trying to lead you to the water. I'm not just trying to put a fish on your plate and say eat.
Right.
I'm trying to lead you to the water. Here's how you get your own fucking fish.
All right. I'll teach me how to fish, man.
Straight up.
Teach me how to fish.
And when you live in life,
I'll teach you how to
mode,
Dougie, and you teach me how to fish.
He said, I'll teach you how to Dougie. Nah, for real though. And that's what I'm about. I'm about living life on God mode and then teaching that to my children.
Yeah, that's what I'd love to do.
I don't want my daughters growing up punching the clock, living, paying somebody rent, making somebody else rich. Like I was just saying. Now think if I would have had a place since I was 18 at home, that same $500,000, I could go to the bank right now and get that.
Yeah.
It never went nowhere. You got to stop thinking of these as houses. These are not houses, man. These are small banks.
Okay.
That's what these are. You in a small bank. It's just you are doing a lot of depositing
and not enough
withdrawing from this. That's all these are. These are small banks, man.
Damn, I'm wrong.
These ain't homes. These are small banks.
Well, all right. All right.
And put your money in these banks. And just like any other bank, when you put your money in the bank, what can you do? Go back and get your money.
Yeah. Collect interest and get your money.
What we've been doing is putting our money in a little magic small box somewhere. And that shit's going, I don't know where the fuck it's going. Not back to us.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
When you renting, it ain't going back to you.
This is what I got to do.
Yeah. And like I said, once you get this LLC, put everything in the LLC. Sell your car to the LLC. Sell your home to the LLC. Put everything in the LLC and get it out of your name, man. Asset protection.
Okay.
Asset protection. See, it's one thing to have
Charles,
assets.
hook me up with an LLC. Make this shit happen.
I'm going to send you the link afterwards.
Send me a link.
Yeah, that's the link I use to get
Send me a link. I want you to have like the direct hookup where all I'm just like, yo, here's $150. Or you know what? I'll give you the $50 tip. I'll give you $200.
I need your help on that.
I can hook you up with a lawyer. I got a lawyer that does it.
Help on that one too.
Yeah, she recently just did something for me, and she about to do something for Tom. So
whatever I gotta
hook you up
do,
with my lawyer.
I've got money to spend.
Yep, I'm gonna hook you up with my lawyer. She's real cool. She's real business savvy, and she definitely can handle all of that. No problem.
Is she single and hot?
I don't know. I'm not trying to holler at her. That's my fucking lawyer.
For your friend across the table from you right now. I'm going to take that as a no.
I don't know. She might be hot to you. You might dig that.
I dig a lot of different shit. I do not discriminate. I've dated all across the spectrum.
Me too, though.
I don't have a type.
I went on
like we were talking earlier. There's no bad pussy out there, even though I was just
about to go back to your dry pussy that you like.
But I don't like dry pussy. I'm just not afraid of it.
Hey, you might find this funny. I went on a fat bitch run for a while.
I'm not into that.
For like a good 6.
I'm not into that. Sorry, ladies. Real shit. I like fat chicks to talk to and hang out with. Let me tell you something.
They so cool.
Let me tell you something. Fat chicks are so cool. Pretty.
Fat chicks
the
are so
fat
cool.
chicks are the prettiest.
I only was doing pretty fat bitches.
They suck the meatest dick.
Yeah, don't do everything, and then they'll cook you a steak right after they suck the meatest dick, because they gotta eat too. They hungry as a motherfucker too. So that's the advantage of like being with a fat bitch.
But no,
she always gonna cook some good food because she gotta eat. So you just there as a bonus. She gonna get all this good food too. But I went on a fat chick run for like 6 months, bro. It was like super crazy. I was hitting nothing but fat bitches.
Why?
I was in a super low like place in my life. I was in like a super low place in my life. I know it was rude. It started off as rude, but I'm trying to tell you how I gained a love for fat chicks. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I was in a super low place in my life at the time. Like,
like I fell in a swimming pool
yeah, it was like one of the lowest, and I just felt like shit, bro. Like I wasn't shit. I wasn't gonna be shit, and I just felt like nobody around me was gonna be shit. Like I didn't care about nothing, bro. I was just super low. And I felt like the only thing I could get was like a fat bitch who had low self-esteem and didn't really care too much.
You can't. That's such a horrible assumption because there's so many fat chicks
this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Self-esteem.
I know, but no, this is what I'm trying to tell you. this is what changed my
love fat
This
chicks,
is what changed my whole perception.
All my fat sisters out there, I love
them too, but I'm trying to tell you,
but I'm not into you.
This is my story on how I gained a love for him. I didn't know all of this going into it. So I was just like, the only thing I could get was like a fat bitch who didn't really care too much. So then I started fucking with a fat bitch, and she was just like so loving and caring and shit. And I was like, well, damn, that's kind of cool. Like, this fat bitch care more about me than I care about me. And then I like met another fat bitch, and then it was like, oh, then she's like, I like 2 fat bitches. And then it's like, oh, they love me, and that's kind of cool. Then I think I ran into like a third one, and I met like another. So I was just like meeting fat bitches, and I was getting like so much like love and confidence, and they was like building me the fuck up, bro.
All right, wonderful. That's all great.
No, that's what I'm saying. So within that, I'm looking at them, and I'm like, damn, y'all not like what I thought at all. Like, y'all are some like real strong women, some real proud women, like self-confident. Y'all don't really like give a fuck about what motherfuckers think and all that. And that's how I got to this level, and I gained another love and appreciation for them.
All right, hold on.
I love them.
That's on you for thinking they would be a certain way mentally or
whatever.
I was just that's on you. I don't mean it like that. I love fat women. I think they're very confident. They're beautiful.
That's super dope.
For me, where I come from is just I'm not physically attracted to them. Like I like fat women.
But you ain't never seen like a fine ass fat woman though, like. Like, I'll give her the business. She fine as hell. Like, she kind of big, but damn, she fine as hell.
I mean, I have to see your definition, but probably not. I like, I'll say they're beautiful and you look good, and I could see how somebody might be into you. But for me, that's a no, dog.
See, you don't love women as much as I love women. Jesus. That's what I'm trying to tell you. My love for women is a whole different type of thing, man. Like,
hold on.
I love women,
you know what?
Bro. Like, you don't understand.
Hold the fuck on.
This is where all the women's songs came from. All the shit. Like,
hold on. When Charles, for all of my listeners, Charles, my camera guy, producer, he's in the restroom right now. When he comes back, he's gonna cut this off. I've been holding my tongue back, and there's stuff I'm just not gonna put out there. Yeah, well, hold on. Yakety yak. Don't talk back. I don't know. We took a little break. I got my man Benz here that is on cloud 9. Watering eyes, cracking up. We had to take a break because sometimes you guys aren't. Yes, you know what, Charles? Correct. That was a bathroom break. Bathroom break. All right, so let's go back to like an hour ago when I was talking about you first met C-Dub. Fastlane and all them.
Fastlane's an interesting guy. That's my bro. I knew about Fastlane before I knew about Fastlane.
How'd you hear about Fastlane? That is an interesting dude.
I knew about Fastlane.
Fastlane Trey, y'all.
I knew about Fastlane Trey just from being out. Like,
what is his reputation out and about with
this dude? It's just everything. He's just everything. He's like,
explain. What does that even mean? Everything. What does that mean?
It's like you ain't ever just like heard a lot about a guy. You almost thought it was like a myth.
Yeah.
And then you meet that dude. It's like, oh shit, you the motherfucker that they've been talking about. That I've been hearing like all this shit about. I was just hearing a lot about Fastlane at the time. I guess he was just in the streets heavy. So
like 15 years ago?
Yeah.
Or so?
Yeah, something like that. 15, 20 years ago, something like that. I was hearing a lot about Fastlane, like before I actually knew him, and then I started going out.
But what does that reputation entail? Like, how does he get that reputation? What is he doing? And what kind of scene?
I don't know. Maybe a whole lot of
aspect?
Cool shit to just pulling up. He was just known to just be pulling up like on them pulling up on some 20s, on some 24s and shit, and just showing out. High side in front of everybody, just kicking it, and then pull the fuck off. And it's like, what the fuck was that? It's Fastlane. It's like,
nice.
What? Like, it's a dude that you heard about had a lot of money, but you don't even know why he got all this money. It's like,
right.
Why do we got money? What do we do again? It's like, nobody really knows what the fuck Fastlane does, but he just got a lot of money. He's everywhere. Like, he's in every scene. He'll pop up. He's just like everywhere. He's like the dude behind the scenes. He's like Slim, like Slim and Baby off of Cash Money. Now, we all know Baby, because Baby's always Birdman. He always popping his shit. Nobody really knows what the fuck Slim does. We just
like Biggs with
Like Biggs with Jay. Nobody really knows what the fuck Biggs does, but he got a lot of bread. He's always around. Or Emery, like they had these guys. All his partners is always around. And
who was
like one of them guys?
Who's Pitty's guy? Farnsworth. P. Diddy's guy.
That was his personal servant.
Remember Farnsworth?
Bentley? Farnsworth Bentley was funny. Dude was kind of funny, man.
No, he was his personal servant, and then eventually.
Yeah, he was. He had a little fucking umbrella around.
Yep.
That's what you need. That's what I need in my life. A Farnsworth
that'll just be there for everything. A personal assistant.
Always has an umbrella with him. Always dressed to the nines in his suit. Like whether it's sunny out or nothing. I got an umbrella over my head and I just walk normally. Damn, I want God mode.
God mode. You can do it. And I guess that's my way of saying
I want God
Fastlane
mode.
was living in God mode. And it still is to a certain effect. This dude just does what the fuck he wants. And it's every time I'm talking to him, like I'll be talking to him, we'll be sitting here talking today, and I'll call Fastlane 2 days from later and he's fucking way across the globe something. We're like, Fastlane, what are you doing, bro? Like, how do you got all this money to just be like traveling around and just like moving and just like doing all this shit? What do you do, bro? Like,
what does he do?
I don't know.
How does he get it?
I still don't know. It's my brother now, and I still don't know.
I think he's posing. I think
I still don't know what he does.
I think it's fake money.
He moves around. You call it fake. I wish I had some fake money then. If that's what fake money do.
Yeah, I think it's just fake money.
If that's what fake money do, I wish I had some fake money. But. And this is what I'm essentially telling you with the real estate. You can be in God mode the same way and moving around and they not know what the fuck you do. What the fuck does he do? We don't know. We got the podcast, but outside of that, we don't really know what this dude do. But we do know this motherfucker lives how he want to live. He go where he want to go and do what he want to do at any fucking time that he want to do it. We do know that.
I would let it be known, too. I'm on a boat.
And and they want to know why you on the boat. How can you be on the boat?
I'm on a boat.
What is he doing to be able to?
I'm doing a podcast on a boat.
And what does he do to be able to afford to be on a boat doing a fucking podcast?
Telling other people how to do this.
Because most people that's watching it can't be on the boat doing a fucking podcast.
I wish they could.
They don't know how to live in God mode.
I wish, you know what? Even if I never live in God mode, I wish everybody could live in God mode.
You got to experience it. The closest I've been to like God mode, was
in some dry pussy.
Nah, that's like it's devil mode. I don't know what that is.
That's extra work mode,
right, bro?
You guys, how dare you? Don't make women feel bad for that shit. Put some KY on or some Astroglide, and you're good to go.
And nothing against it. It's just not my type. Is all I'm saying. Nothing against the dry pussies, but I don't like them. That's just my thing. But I am trying to get in God mode like you. And Fastlane is one of them dudes that I seen living in God mode first hand. So like when I met him, I'm like, dude, you an interesting cat, man. Like I heard a lot about you. And like now that I'm meeting you, it's a lot too. Like you a hell of a dude, bro. And like, even to this day, I've known him for years now, and we done a bunch of different shit and everything, and still to this day I can't tell you what the fuck Fastlane does, but he moves.
Fastlane's interesting, dude.
He lives how he wants to live, I tell you that.
For all those listening or watching right now, you can check out one episode. It was around episode 200, somewhere around there. Fastlane and C-Dub are on. If you want to go check out that was a good, fun episode.
I think that was the last one I was watching was the Fastlane and C-Dub.
That long ago? You're not a fan? How dare you?
I was watching that one. No, see what I like to do
How
is...
dare you? You should listen to every single one of my episodes.
I know
no cap. You really should.
What I and I'm definitely on you now, and I'm paying attention now. But what I like to do is like when I really get up on shit, I like to go deep and go back.
Oh, that ain't deep.
So,
you want to go deep?
No, I went deep. I went all the
deep.
way to the beginning of your shit. Where
why don't you go to one of my first episodes with Alan Wayne?
Yeah, that's what I was looking. I was like, and he was right. I was like, nobody been on this shit more than Alan. Like, I can scroll up and down that shit. He's on here like 100 times.
But no one's been on Alan more than me.
Like, that shit is crazy. But
this, I will put it out there right now. There is not a bigger fan of Alan Wayne's music than me.
Oh.
I can honestly tell you that. Nobody. There might be, like I said earlier, there might be people that are as big as fans as me of his, but they're not bigger.
I was a fan of Alan before I even knew him. I was a fan of him. So like when I met him, and what was crazy though, when I met him, I was a fan of his and telling him like dope shit that I liked about him. And then he started telling me like dope shit that he knew about me. I was like, damn, motherfucker, you know me?
He'll do that.
Like, I didn't know you knew me, motherfucker. Like,
oh, he knows.
That's hard. Like, damn, he's like, yeah, and I love this song when you did this video. I was like, damn, nigga, I didn't know. But that was hard. And me and him just been locked in for years. Like, Alan's a good dude, man.
So you got something going on with him?
Yeah, me and him actually got a video shoot this weekend that we about to do. Super dope. Like, that dude is
well, how do you have to fill me in? Is he featured on you, or are you featured on him?
He's featured on a song that I had. It was a song that I did.
Wait, it's already out?
No. The song is not out yet.
I didn't think so. I figured I would have known about it.
I got a lot of music that's not out, like with a lot of different people, women,
dude,
different other shit. I just let it stop.
I can't do this. Like, I can't do this with people and with dudes anymore. With women getting in the way.
Yeah, it was women.
And I'm not anti-woman. I'm pro-woman, by the way. It's just
I'm just being honest.
I'm anti-relationship when it gets in the way to creativity and creative people. Like,
it definitely was doing that.
It's like oil and water. Like, it's not a good combination.
It wasn't. So I got like I said, I got songs with everybody from Tech Nine on down to like a lot of different people that you probably wouldn't even think, and just not out yet. So
will it be out?
Yeah, I'm starting to release everything now.
What is your
actually
game plan?
That's what I was just doing. I don't know if you up on me too much, but I just released one today, the 2020 Lost Sessions. It was actually
tell me about that.
Part 4.
Isn't it like 2018 music though?
Yeah, so it's
all right.
It's 4 parts.
All right, explain this to me, because in my mind, when I saw that you released stuff in 2020, but it was a 2018 Lost I was like, this is just like, are you just like recycling shit and pawning it off as new as like a trick?
No. So let me explain to you what happened. Right. I'm a studio rat, bro. So like, I'm one of them guys that just record all the time. I'm in the studio all the time recording.
Okay.
So I had a hard drive that had over 4,000 songs on it.
Okay, this is shit that was made in 2018, but never released in 2018 and released now.
I had a hard drive with over 4,000 songs on it.
Well, that's cool as fuck.
I went to the studio.
I like that.
One time and I dropped that motherfucker. And it messed up a chip or something inside the hard drive. We never got back in it. So long story short, I lost over 4,000 songs right there at that moment.
4,000 songs?
Over 4,000 songs.
On 4,000 different beats?
Yes.
Where are you getting these beats? Are you ripping them off? Are you making them?
Sound,
are you
a lot, everything, all the above. I'm getting it from YouTube. I'm getting it from SoundClick.
Saying that sounds.
I'm getting it from
dudes
that I know that's producers, and
I know how.
Beats.
All right, I know how much a beat costs.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really spending that kind of money on 4,000 different beats?
Nah.
That would be insane.
Nah, I'm not. And that's why I said it's a mix of everything. Some of them beats I did buy. Some of them beats I just stole off of YouTube or stole off of SoundClick or some shit like that. And then some of them beats are just different producers who just like believed in me as an artist and would just send me packs like, here, just take them, bro, and do what you do. And I'm like, okay. And I'm the type, when you send me a 10-pack, I'm rapping on all 10 of these bitches. So
you're rapping on them, but you're not putting them out there.
And just ain't putting them out, but I'm rapping on all 10 of them. I'm
recording
on all 10 of them.
Benz, I got to be honest with you. If I was a producer and I made you a pack and you used 1 or 2 of them and I never heard of it, you never heard you put it out there, I'd be very disappointed.
It's a lot of people disappointed in me right now.
Okay,
it's a lot of them, but
and what do you feel? Do you understand?
I understand why. I get it. I understand it.
What are you going to do? Anything? Are you?
Come to a producer sometimes when they send you a beat.
Are you working on making it right, or is there anything?
Yeah,
you have to make right in your mind.
Making it right by releasing a lot of this shit. See, that's the thing about good music. If it's like really dope music, it never really gets old. You know what I'm saying? Like, really good music never really gets old. A lot of these hits that you be hearing are already old by the time you hear it. You just heard it on the radio and stay new hit, but really they've been sitting on that song for a couple of years. Like, just because you heard it today doesn't mean we made it today. And that's the thing about really good music. So I've always believed that I got real good music. I don't got to drop this shit today and you're going to still feel it like today.
Oh, shit.
Like
that's fucking real shit right there.
Right. So I've always looked at that approach when it came to music.
I like that. Damn.
I make shit that's timeless. Like, that's why you can still listen to all the old music, bro. This shit is timeless. Even though they made this shit years ago, this shit's still hitting. You still feel it in your soul today because it's good music. It wasn't just like, I like to say, not that popcorn shit, not something you just throw in the microwave and popcorn. This is something they really have to cook, stand over the stove, blood, sweat, and tears, put seasoning into, really break it down, tenderize the meat. Might even have to put it in the refrigerator a whole night before they even cook it. Marinate this shit.
Yeah.
This is music that's been marinated, seasoned, cooked, all of this shit. So that's why it's still going to hit. When I deliver it to you, it's still gonna hit the same way. I don't believe in music being old. It's just as bad music.
That blows my mind, and it changes the game for me, and I love that. That's really cool. Now, do you think there would be a problem, or not a problem, but like same with like calling yourself businessman? Mm-hmm. Do you think you should maybe not say this is like a 2018 type thing, but coming out now and just giving it whatever title it is? That way people aren't thinking like my initial thought was like, oh, this is just some recycled shit that he's trying to trick us into like re-listening again or some shit like that.
Nah, because look, if it was
from 2018 and it was called Girl Don't Cry, call it just Girl Don't Cry, not 2018. You know what I mean?
I did that for a couple of different reasons. The reason I wanted to do that was to show you good music don't get old. So I want you to know this shit was made back in 2018. We just now listening to it this year. But
human psychology is like
dope. And I'm still coming with new visuals and new everything to it. But if you listen to the first one that I did 2018, if you cut it on and really listen to it, I explained it to you right there in the top in the first couple of songs. I explained it to you of what this is and why this is. So, like I said, when I dropped that hard drive, I lost all of that shit, and I found it in some emails that I was going through. I found some old songs. Nice. And I was like, oh shit, I still got some of these songs, so I didn't lose all 4,000. I still got some of them in here, and I was like, okay, I might can drop some of these songs. So what you hear in the 2018, 2019, 2020, and the 2017 one that I did is those was made in those years.
Okay.
But I put newer features on them. Because a lot of them, just because I made it, I didn't do the whole song. Like I might have just did a hook on it, or I might have just did a hook in a verse, but I still got the second verse open. So I would add new features, like Alan Wayne's a new feature, obviously, to a song that I've done.
But you got some old songs with like a bunch of other artists on there, Tech Nine and whoever else, and people we wouldn't think of. So you got some older ones like that that you could drop.
Yep.
Now, if you did drop that, is that cool with... so Tech Nine was the biggest artist that you dropped. I don't know if it's bigger, but whatever. I'm going to go with Tech Nine. So I'm going to say you did... So you did one with Tech Nine, I'm going to say 4 or 5 years ago. But if you just drop it now, would you have to go before you released it and said, hey, Tech, I'm dropping this now. Is it cool? Or is it like, yo, it's coming no matter what, whether you like it or not? Like, how does that work?
First of all, I don't have to do shit. Like, you signed off on it when we did the record. I don't really have to do shit. But me, as just a common courtesy, I do. I tap the artist and like, hey, I know we done this some years ago, but I want to release this. Is you cool with it? And they be like, yeah, go ahead. Like, let me hear it again. Just to check and make sure, like, all right, yeah, I'm good with that. Come on.
Okay.
So... and that's what I'm trying to tell you about good music. I feel like whenever I work with somebody, I feel like I bring like the best of them. I bet the best out of them. Whenever I work with an artist,
that's when they're featuring for you, right?
Yeah, whenever we feature.
I would think that somebody, if I am coming to feature on your shit,
right?
No matter what they're gonna come. Yeah, I'm all right.
Show your ass.
All right, I'm gonna show you. That's right.
And that's how I am with every feature. Don't play with me, nigga. Come show your ass. Like it's your shit.
Well, that's what a feature wants to do. A feature wants to outshine you on your own album.
Right.
Of course they do.
So that's why I think.
That's how I am. When I go on somebody's podcast or one of their episodes, I am the entertainer. Like, I take over. I'm like, yo,
take over.
This is my show. I'm on your platform, but I'm taking over. Like, what's up?
But even outside of that, I'm saying even outside of that, I think I bring the best creativity out of them because I'm a creator myself. Yeah. So like typically when I work with an artist, the process is normally they'll come to my studio or something, or I'll be at the studio with them, and then I just get to going through some of my work. So first they just like, oh shit, damn, you got this, you got this, you got this. Like, this is hard. So what you want me on? And then I'm glad you asked. I want you on this right here. So by the time we've already working, you've already seasoned into what I'll do, and you know I'm not playing with this shit. Like, my catalog is mean. So when we working, it's like you want to bring the best creativity.
When did you drop Her Loss?
I dropped Her Loss last week.
Do you have a set schedule now of how often you're going to be dropping all this old/new stuff?
That was it. That was the last of it. The one that I just did today, the 2020 Lost Sessions, that was the last. It was a 4-part saga. So it was just the 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020.
What?
4-part saga.
Really?
Yeah, so that's what it was.
All about the same chick?
No.
Oh.
No.
Why not? Oh my God, how dope would that have been?
Who the fuck wants to hear that? Nobody wants
I
to
do.
hear that shit. Nobody.
I want to hear the progression of it, the start of it when you guys are all in love, and then the middle of it when you guys are like fighting but fucking at the same time, and then you guys are like, we don't even fuck anymore or fight, we're just kind of separate, and then it goes to the big fight and then the end.
I could do that in a song or two. We don't need 4 projects to stretch that out, like. And then that's just shining too much light on it. You don't want to. It's just a quick thought. See, what you got to think, what you got to understand is these songs are just thoughts for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might hear it and think way more of it than I did. This was just another thought to me. Like, and I have, just like every human being, we have millions of thoughts a day.
Oh my God.
You don't just have one thought all day or 2 thoughts all day. You go through millions of thoughts every single day. So that's what these songs are for me. It's just what I was thinking of, and that when that beat came on at that particular time, that's what I was thinking of.
How much easier would life be if you only had like 3 thoughts a day?
Man, it would be so simple.
Too simple.
I'm not mad
honestly.
at that. Ugh.
Us men, we have less thoughts than women, though. So, hooray to that.
Of course, you said that.
No, I'm just saying we are more simple
undercover.
in nature. We just like more simple. Like, men are simple, bro.
You are such a goddamn traitor to men. You just love women. No matter what,
women.
any opportunity.
I do love women.
Any opportunity this man gets to like show women, like, hey, I'm here for you, ladies. You're gonna take it. I get it.
I love women. I do love women. But
I know what you're doing. Oh, he's so sweet.
He said, "Oh, he's so
You're just putting it out there all the time. I get it. We all got our game.
I was raised right, man. I good, my mom, my stepmom, my sisters, and all my women cousins. You gotta understand. When I was young, my female cousins was the ones that I was seeing having that money, having that paper. Like, it was my older female cousins that was doing this shit. And I'm like,
you know what? That was my issue. I didn't know anybody with money.
See what I'm saying? I was introduced to this shit early.
I didn't know anybody with money. I was raised by a single mom. Then she got married to my dad, who's the greatest human being on earth, who's in the military. Mm-hmm. And he was an officer. Now they've got money. Now they have money. Right. Now that I'm an adult, they've got they're money. Doing well.
Because they got to spend it on your ass.
Yeah. But even if they did, they're just fine. But yeah, I never grew up knowing anybody with any real money. I remember we lived on an Air Force base where it's basically socialism. Like, right. Everyone's got the same fucking house. They all go to the same grocery store.
Where was the Air Force base at?
The one I'm specifically thinking of in my head right now was in Box Elder, South Dakota.
Okay. Okay. I asked because my brother was in the Air Force.
Ellsworth Air Force Base, I believe is the name of that one.
Dope.
There were our neighbors. They were Italian. The Iavinos.
Yeah.
Iavinos. And I remember going over there. They were my age. And I remember going over there, and it was like the most, like, think about the most stereotypical Italian family. Like, they had nice white couches, but they were still in plastic wrap. Yeah. And everything was like clean and white. Was, like, it was so wrapped up.
Right.
But I've never witnessed anything like that in my life. And to me, that was like, yo, it's so clean. That's so fancy. They had like all these paintings. But now I would think they're like shitty paint. Like they were in my mind.
Was shitty.
Yeah, they were shitty. But in my mind, they were like, oh, whoa. Like in my mind, I was like, they really were like had money. It was like they didn't have money. It was just so different to me. It was just. It was fucking. So yeah, I never knew anybody with money growing up. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, I seen it. Like, people in the streets, older homies and shit. Like, I seen it. I'm like, damn, y'all really like playing with some shit. But now that I'm older, to be honest with you, and I like realize life from a different view, and I've seen it from many different views at this point, I realize that really wasn't a lot of money.
Yeah,
like,
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We
now.
think street money and shit. Like
the Iavinos had less money than my parents had. They just had different things, and I thought that was money.
Right. It's like what we thought was money really ain't money. Well, we sitting here talking about how you can just go live life on God mode. That's money.
That's money.
When you don't got to think about money, that's money.
That's money.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you still got to really put a lot of time and work into it to getting it, you don't really got a lot of money. You putting a lot of your effort, a lot of your energy, a lot of your labor and shit into getting it, you don't got a lot of money. The ones who got a lot of money is the ones you just seeing doing whatever the fuck they want to do.
Damn. Jet skiing in the middle of the ocean. Charles, do you want to jet ski in the middle of the ocean?
Man,
would you be into that?
In the middle of the ocean and fuck a bitch at the same time.
And fuck
if everything right now was paid for, everything was done, everything in your life was handled, what would you be doing?
Yeah, Charles.
He would start
his own record label or start his own movie production company.
You know?
See?
That's what he would do.
Dreams. It's so many dreams out here that people got. That it's so much untapped potential that people got.
We got to treat this shit like it's a simulation.
Yeah.
It's the funds, but
how do we do it?
Oh, they don't really like this, like the type
of real estate.
The talk that we having right now. They don't really want us to have all this type of knowledge. They don't want everybody to know this.
They don't.
No, because if we all know this, then we all at the top. It's like they don't.
Why wouldn't they want more people at the top?
Because you don't want.
Does that bring them down?
Not that it brings them down, but it's like.
Why wouldn't they want more people at the top? Isn't that just more money?
It's like a social club. It's like a private club. You
don't
want everybody in this motherfucker.
Why not?
Don't just let anybody in this motherfucker.
You're not.
Like, that's how they treat it, though. The ones that got money, the ones that got the real knowledge, we can't just let anybody get this.
Why not?
Because then you'll do whatever with it. You won't.
That's selfish.
You won't handle it the right way. You won't. You know.
Everybody's gonna handle it the right way.
Yeah, you just.
What is it? Who's right way? What's the right way?
Right, and the right way.
Whose way is it to be determined what the right way is or not?
And see, that's what I'm saying. Now we get into that. The people with the money.
I think everybody.
That's whoever. That's what they think is the right way.
So that's where I have a disconnect. Where I'm like,
but what I'm saying, you can rewrite that shit.
People that got God mode, people that have God mode, don't want other people to have God mode.
Right.
It's like, why? That's not going to change your universe of being a God. You can still be God mode. Just like, what do you care if 10 people or 1,000 people have God mode? What the fuck do you care? Wouldn't you want everybody to have what you have? If you're running God mode, wouldn't you want everybody to have God mode? If you were truly running God mode, you would want everybody to have what you want. And you'd be like, I want everybody to have God mode. This is amazing. This is what life should be. This is what I want everybody to have. Everybody should have God mode.
And that's where that's where like guys like me come in, and I kind of like want everybody to feel this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I want to share the sauce with everybody. Like, why shouldn't we know this? Why shouldn't we all be on this? We got to wake up and get out the simulation. I realize we are in the fucking matrix, man.
Yeah, we are.
We in the Matrix. And I'm one of the few that decoded the Matrix and see this shit for what it really is. And I'm like, hey, I'm trying to tap the dude next to me. Wake up, man. Do you see this shit?
Help wake me up. Help wake me up. It's
what the fuck is
listen,
happening?
Benz, it's gonna take more than just one podcast episode to wake me
is.
up. But my eye is like, look at me. You see that? My left eye is trying to wake up. I'm trying to wake up. I need help waking my eyes up.
It takes time because you've been conditioned.
But I want you on top of
years.
me, pulling my eyes up. I need you to be I need to put your knees need to be pinned to my chest down with both your your fingers on my eyelids, peeling them open, just like wake up, you
and that's
dumb motherfucker. Wake up! I'm gonna get you out, and we're gonna live like fucking God mode.
That's most people, though.
That's what I need you to do.
That's most people.
Yeah, put your fingers in my eyes and fucking make them open.
I was that person too.
All right, let's do it.
I was that person that needed to be woke the fuck up. And then good thing I have people that love me enough to stand over me like you saying and peel my eyes open. You gonna see this shit. You gonna see it. And I'm like, okay, I see it now. So I want to help as many other people see this shit. It's, you know what it's kind of like? Have you ever watched that movie? Have you ever watched that movie with who is it? Who was in that motherfucker with the birds or something or the site where you couldn't? I'm high as shit right now. It's kind of hard to think.
The birds.
Where you couldn't see outside to the light. Whatever. Bird Box.
Oh, Bird Box with Sandra Bullock.
Bird Box with Sandra Bullock. So now in Bird Box and watching that, it was like
that's an old ass reference.
I know. No, but they just did a new one. Just this year, they just did Bird Box 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's what made me think of it because they just did a new one this year. But it's kind of like everybody that sees the light don't die. You know what I'm saying? It's certain people that'll see that shit and then they'll be cool and they still can live. And they like the ones that can see. And now they trying to get everybody else to open their eyes to this shit. They trying to expose the light to as many people and shit as they can. And that's kind of like what I'm doing. I'm not trying to kill you or nothing like that. Like Bird Box and shit like that. But I just want you to see that.
That's what the walrus said to the oysters, by the way.
Oh, shit. I just want you to see that it's a whole nother side to this shit. We've been stuck on this side of the hill so long, you don't even see what the fuck is over here, bro. It's like they living life on a whole different way. What you think life is nothing.
Damn. I can imagine.
Nothing, bro. Like, it's people out here living so fucking opposite of you, they probably won't even understand what the shit you even own, because we so far past that shit. Like, the things that we doing and the shit that we seeing. So, I be wanting people to see it's way more out here.
Maybe, but I've
had your
some
few blocks and your few squares. It's way more than what you thinking.
I guess, but I've had some pretty amazing human experiences. And I think life is about having as many human experiences as possible, as different ones as you can have.
Right.
But that's just me. I mean,
but you know what affords you to be able to do that is when you got everything taken care of and you can really have as many experiences.
Kind of, but I think
you free to just move around and have experiences outside of your area
for
too.
sure. That's what I want.
Like, I've been traveling a lot lately, dude. Like, knocking shit off my bucket list type shit.
Really?
Like, I went to the DR,
really,
the Dominican Republic, and that shit was so dope. I've always had a passport, but I've never used it.
I have one and I've never used. And
this was the first time I've really got to use the passport, and I got the stamp and everything. And I'm like, ooh.
What was that like the first time you did that?
Ooh, man,
did you go by yourself or with?
No, I went with my mom and her husband and my brother, my big brother.
Ooh,
so my big brother that's in the military, he actually took us all on this vacation over to the DR. He's been plenty times because he's in the Air Force.
Nice.
So he's done traveled the world. He's done seen everything. Like, the shit that we see.
It's nice to have someone that can, like, kind of guide you and his experience. Like,
right. He done experienced all of this shit 10 times over. He done it because he been in the military since he was 18. So a lot of things that he's seen, he's like exposing. He wants us to see too and expose us to it. And like he's just doing the same thing I'm telling you. He's like, bro, life is way more than what you've been thinking, bro. Like it's a whole nother side to this shit. And I'm like, whoa. So like when he's taking me around and traveling and I'm seeing shit, I'm like, man, it really is a whole nother side to this, to the life, bro. And what I was thinking, and I'm over here in the DR, that shit was lovely. Imagine if you can go to like your favorite place of what you think is your favorite place. They got the right climate, the right food, the right everything. And imagine if you can be there as long as you want. And not worry about nothing though.
You know,
most people can't even fathom that.
I can fathom that. To me, it's like after a while, I'm gonna get bored and I'm gonna need something different.
And then move and then go.
Yeah.
Whenever you feel like it though. Me and my cousin were just talking about we about to get to a point of where we just staying 6 months in different places, like wherever. We'll go to Brazil and go there.
But don't you need a struggle? Like, do you need some kind of like? What are you doing for a struggle? Like, you can't have constant heaven without some kind of hell. Like, you can't always, like, you have to have some kind of struggle to
Yeah, that's why y'all got baby mamas.
Yeah.
That's always a struggle. That's the better that you do, that's always going to be a struggle. You know what I'm saying? So that's enough right there. Shit. You know the constant struggle I go through with my baby mama and shit? It's like, bro.
The more money we make, the more problems we see.
And that's why it's her loss. And that's really where her loss came from. Because I'm like, dude, we got these beautiful kids, and it was a whole life that we could have really made, and you chose some old other dumb shit for that. And now you about to miss out on a lot of shit that we about to see. Now my babies is going to see all of this, of course.
Are you bummed that you lost out on this last relationship?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not at all. Because
it's her loss.
It's her loss. It's not my loss. You know what I'm saying? It's like the song says. It's not my loss because my life is going to be what it's going to be.
Would you have made that song if you weren't a little bit hurt about it?
No, it was just a thought. Okay. Like I told you.
Yeah.
Like you put, like I'm saying, most people will put more into it than I did. It was, like I told you, that came from a conversation of me and my homeboys was at the drunk one night talking. And then I went, since I got a studio in my home like you do, I got a studio in my home. So when I get home, I'm fucked up. Yeah. And I'm sitting at my desk in front of the studio. I'm like, damn, it is her. Then I heard the song, and then boom, I did that. 20 minutes later, the song is done. I'll cut that shit off. I'm watching something on YouTube before I go to bed. I'm not even thinking about that no more. You know what I'm saying? So these are just thoughts.
All right.
That had to happen to get to where I'm at, though. Every relationship, everything you've been through, all of that shit had to happen to get you to where you are. So I'm never bummed out about anything that's a loss or anything that was in the past. That had to happen to get to here. I wouldn't be here I wouldn't even be talking to you if I was still in that last relationship.
Well, yeah, you didn't do shit for 3 or 4 years.
See what I'm saying? So that had to happen. I'm not bummed about it. It's life. It's the progression of life. It has to happen.
I guess.
Yeah. And you got to learn from it. And you got to make light of every situation, bro. Don't.
Well, I would say you do learn about it, but you didn't learn about it because you just jumped right back into another relationship.
No, I did learn. It's not jumping back into another relationship.
I can't wait. All right, listen. You can come back on the podcast in like 3 to 4 years from now.
I want to do that.
And I want to see where the fuck you're at. And I hope you're broken up with her.
Why? Why do you wish that? Why do you wish these things on me, man?
Because I want to be right. Because that's where it's going. I'm like, why did you do that?
I want to see you at your full potential.
Yeah, I want you at your full potential. I want you to put everything into your art. Everything into your art and your creativity. I don't want you to spend any other time just like being the businessman when you're unplugging the Nintendos and saying, look, motherfuckers, stop playing Madden or Tekken or where the fuck you're playing. We're ripping off these fucking beats. And we're going to snap off some shit. Just go what you got. I don't care if you got nothing written down. Just freestyle. And that's what all you're focused on.
Right. And you want to see what I could be at my fullest.
Yes. Because it's easy. Charles, chill. Charles, you're killing me here. You're not on the mic. I want to see that shit because when you have that passion, we all have that passion when we are first into something and we first get that hunger. Right. When we get that first taste of hunger, we got that passion and we're like, fuck you,
Right.
I'm doing this, fuck everything. And then along the way, we do get distracted. But when you can remove those distractions and say, fuck you, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And then, just like you said earlier, with the liabilities and the assets, relationships are a liability. And if
certain ones.
No, listen to me.
Certain ones.
Stop. Listen to me just listen to my perspective. Relationships are a liability when you're trying to, before you become something as an artist.
Right.
That's the liability. You have to put the asset of your creativity in there, and then when you blow up, then you can take on that liability. Just like it is when you're trying to buy a boat. Right. You don't buy that boat now because it's a liability, but you go buy that property and make the money that buys that fucking boat later.
I get you.
That's what the creativity, that's where my argument is I'm not anti-relationship. I'm talking a lot of shit.
Right.
But if you're in the creativity mode and that's what your goal is, and my life is to do that, you have to get to that point without those distractions. And then when you reach that pinnacle, when you reach that goal, when you've reached that creativity crescendo, then you're like, okay, now I can afford that distraction.
Okay.
That's why all these great bands and artists, like fucking look at whatever, Jay-Z, before Beyonce.
Right.
Building up that shit and then he can get locked down. Like that kind of shit. Like fucking build it and then do it. That's where I'm like,
okay.
Fuck these relationships.
But
then, whatever. You're into women more than you are creativity, I think. You love women. You fall in love with women. That's your thing. That's going to take over before anything else.
I told you I do love women. I do love women.
Over everything. Over your creativity, over yourself. You're like, woman.
You think so?
I think so. I think your resume speaks for itself when it comes to that. No matter what your excuse is for how toxic this person was, that's your excuse of taking you away from the creativity. You love it, but you didn't love it as much as you love steady pussy or good pussy, whatever it was.
I get you.
And so now I'm like, why don't fall into that again? And I know this is like your friend who was there for you. She's amazing and all that. And I understand that. But I just feel like there's still going to be something that's sacrificed at some point, even if it's not now. I don't know, but that's just my fear. But whatever. What the fuck do I know? We just met tonight. Like, do your fucking thing.
And that's dope. And that's real that you said that too. Because I have a cousin that has the same view and would say the same thing.
But that's just like an unbiased.
It's not that he don't want me to be in a relationship or nothing or have love or nothing like that. But I understand what you're saying. He just wants to see me at the fullest potential of what I could be. Like untapped, unbothered potential of no distractions, no nothing. He wants to see that version.
All right, so I made some horrible, brought up some horrible Tory Lanez and who's the dead guy I brought up?
Dolph.
Who? Young Dolph, my favorite.
R.I.P. Dolph.
All right, but could you imagine being like doing something like not having the feature on your album, but Drake featuring you?
Right.
Like Drake's like, Benz Gotti, I want you on this fucking track.
Right. Yeah, that's dope.
Like, wouldn't that be like
that's
the dream?
Shit. Right.
Like, imagine that, and like maybe that could be, maybe that could be a reality. If
that'd be dope.
I don't know.
I love. I look at music more like, I guess I look at it a little bit different than maybe the fan or something does it. To me, this is more like therapy.
I understand you're a sensitive artist, and it's all therapy.
It ain't,
or whatever.
No, it ain't even about sensitive.
I understand that,
like,
but at some point, you want to be on a Drake song.
We all do.
Exactly. Put
But
yourself in that position.
But we all want to be not on a Drake song because Drake is Drake. It's because of the creativity that I respect level that I have for his creativity. Is why I would want to work with him, not because of who the fuck he is. You know what I'm saying? So like me, more or less, I really don't give a fuck about that shit. Like I respect the art first. So it's like I don't want to just work with you because your name is such.
Yeah, but their name is that way because they do have some great art.
Not all the time.
Right. No, you're right.
Not all the time. It's a lot of artists.
No,
that
there's plenty of artists I don't know that are amazing.
The art is shitty. But we know you, and you got big because you got good business savvy, or you got, it's a lot of other things. They like your look, they like your shit. So
they like that you were in a wheelchair on Degrassi for 3 years.
Right. So it could be a lot of other reasons why you get there. It doesn't necessarily mean that your art is dope. I'm a respecter of the craft. I'm a student of the game of the art.
Yeah.
I want to work with those that I think are dope artistically. Creatively.
Who do you want to work with that you've not worked with? Like, who are some pinnacle people? You got straight up God mode.
If I'm in straight up
God mode, who are like, this is who I have to work with. I'd love to. This is dream come true.
Drake would definitely be one of them ones because, like I said, I respect him and what he do. I don't know. For me, it'd probably be more so than rappers. It'd be like artists like Tim's and shit.
I don't care. Like, I'm not expecting a rapper.
It'd be like Snow Allegra.
Would it be R. Kelly?
Tim's. No, I mean, Kel's made great music though. Don't get me wrong, bro. Like Kel's made great. He's great creatively. Like with all the other shit aside.
I separate art from the artist.
Yeah, the art is amazing. Hell yeah. We wanted to be on the R. Kelly songs. Like, for that, because the man is dope at what he does.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But me, it'll be more so like, I like rappers too, but I rap. So, and I'm a Cancer, so I kind of... I think my song is already dope with me on that motherfucker. Like, I don't really need nobody else.
All right.
That's just me. You asking.
I'm asking, but I mean, there's other dope.
I don't know. I would probably go for more so, like I said, the artists like Tim's and like a Snow Allegra, or like some shit you probably wouldn't think. Like, you would expect me to probably go for a Drake or some shit like that, but
I mean, just if you're trying to get the most exposure and like the most clout and be like most career changing.
Right.
Like, my dream guest isn't Joe Rogan, but I'd love to have Joe Rogan because like that would like throw me into the next stratosphere. Like, yo, Neandertalk Podcast is like streaming everywhere. Like, he's getting paid. He's living God mode now.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But that's my dream on that level, but not like.
I like artists like Rotimi. You know who Rotimi is?
No.
Like, you know what I'm talking about? I would go.
Never.
Yeah, I'm saying I would go for shit like that. Like,
that's cool.
Different type of shit. Cause I love music. I love just music. Like, earlier when you asked me did I drink whiskey, as soon as you said that, the first thing I thought of was Tennessee whiskey.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That song?
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah. So my mind thinks in music and shit, in movies a lot.
Nice.
So like when people say things to me, I'm automatically think of a song or a movie line or
you want more whiskey?
Shit like that. No, I'm good. I'm not big on drinking.
Really? Because you drank a nice chunk tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty good. That's different for me.
That proper 12, everybody.
Yeah, that was
Conor McGregor's proper 12 is worth.
Yeah, that was a little different.
$25. It was very cheap. I think it's only like $25 for that bottle. And by the way, we killed it. There ain't shit left. There's like.
It's probably why you got me a little saucy right now.
Tone from the D. You want some more?
No. Tone from the D is saucy.
You know, Charles.
We all saucy.
Damn,
right
we
now.
have just like. We literally have like just one little.
Look,
like
corner, that's for you,
we
man.
have
You can knock
1
that
inch
off.
left.
We'll just take a shot from whatever's left.
That's wild. We crushed that shit.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. That's it for me. I just want to smoke.
This was a fun podcast.
Definitely was.
Did you guys like this?
And this is my first podcast on shrooms.
First podcast on shrooms?
And it was pretty
Get on the
dope.
mic. Nobody can hear you.
It was pretty dope. It was my first podcast on shrooms. And
I didn't know you were on shrooms.
Man, I'm loaded.
How'd it go?
I'm loaded right now, bro. Like,
all right, so a lot of people probably that are listening may or may not have ever done the magic mushroom. Tell me, what exactly are you feeling and going through right now? Like, when was the peak? When were you hitting it? Like,
I think right when we took that bathroom break.
Okay.
I think that's when that motherfucker set in. I was like, we here. We here. Like, we along for the ride now. And now I'm just floating, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. I'm probably about to go fuck the shit out of my girl when I get to the house. Like,
congratulations.
Yeah.
What an accomplishment to fuck your own girlfriend.
Yeah, I love that. I'm sorry. If you don't love fucking your girl, maybe you need a new one. But I love fucking my girl, so.
I got to give you shit just because that's kind of the theme of this episode.
You got me going with the proper 12 too, so I'm feeling good. And the shrooms got me feeling real chill, man. And I think it puts me here a lot more in this moment. Like, and I had an outer body experience when I was talking to you in the middle of talking. I didn't say nothing because I was just going. But I kind of had that outer body experience where I was like, I lifted up for a second. I'm like, oh shit, it's getting real. It looks like it's getting a little real.
Nice.
And it came back to me. So, but I love the shrooms, man. Shrooms and weed is my thing more so than drinking.
Was this a good shroom experience doing the podcast?
It was a dope experience.
Really?
Like,
okay.
It was a dope experience. And that's why I wanted to do it, because I just wanted to see what it would be like and what we would talk about and get off into. Your head that went out and back in a few times. We've been sitting here talking like, yeah, man, this shit is dope.
Nice. So what would you
we
like?
Definitely we accomplished something that I wanted to accomplish. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but I seen the one that you did with Marlo. And for some reason, I don't know, did you mean to just end that shit? Did it just ended like, you was like, all right, yeah, we out of here now. And I don't even think Marlo knew like this shit was ending. And then it was just like over. I think it was only like 20 minutes, like about 20 or 30 minutes. I was like, I got to do better than that. I got to have
I don't have
more interesting.
It's got to be over in an hour.
So why did you cut it short? What was that about? You know?
Did I cut it short?
Yeah, when I was looking on YouTube and I was just going through your page.
I have to look. I don't know.
That one with you and Marlo is only like 20-some minutes. It's like 20 minutes. And I'm like, damn, they did not. And it was like you kind of like cut it and they never got back to it.
You know what? I don't know. I have to go look back at that. It could have. I have no idea. I love Marlo. I just saw him.
And I thought so from the conversation y'all was having. Like, I thought you was having
I've known.
But like, you could just like cut that shit. And I was like, what the fuck happened? I was like, yeah, I gotta get my episode a little bit longer.
I've known Marlo. I love Marlo. Like, I was at do you know who No Scope is?
No Scope.
All right. No Scope's a local rapper, like 1.5 million other people in the city. But I was at one of his get-together shows, and it was a pre-show where people were just hanging out chatting, and I was talking with some people, and this dude goes, yo, I know what that voice is. Is that Neandertalk? And he was one of the first people to recognize my voice without knowing who I was. He just heard my voice because he knew my podcast. He was like, I recognize that voice.
Marlo did?
Yeah, Marlo did.
He does that. This dude would just like know you out of nowhere. That's another one of my partners too. But it's just like out of nowhere, I would be somewhere talking. I wouldn't even know he'd be there. He'd be like, is that Benz? I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it'd be Marlo. I'm like, dude, like, what the hell? He just be knowing. Like,
yeah, it was fucking wild. This was years ago. And I was like, oh shit. So he was one of the first people that ever recognized me out in the wild. Like, right. Nobody knew I was there. Right. It was just some random thing. It was like, oh, somebody recognized me. Like, the first few times you get recognized out in public, you remember, at least I remember who they were that recognized me. Because it's really like, when you first start seeing people that recognize who you are, it's a weird feeling. It's I have no idea who you are, but you know who I am. Like, oh, that's cool. And then, that
shit is a little different.
Yeah, I like that dude. Like, I was just out at 18th and Vine a couple weeks ago at Velvet Freeze, and I was just walking around, and I saw Marlo there. I was like, oh, shit, what's up? It's just, it was.
He's another dude that I've been knowing for like,
so I got to look at that episode.
Years.
I got to see what happened. There's a couple things that could have happened. Either part of the file got corrupted, and that was all I was able to get saved,
Makes
or...
sense.
I messed up and just didn't know that I stopped it, and then who knows?
Makes sense. I was just wondering. I was like, damn, I gotta have a longer one than my.
Or one of us had to go somewhere. Maybe he was late, and I had I can do a podcast, but I have to be done at 1:00. Like that actually might have been it. I may have been going to Vegas that day.
Oh, okay.
And I might have been like, yo, I gotta fucking go. I gotta go to the airport right now.
Yeah, because I think he was like, okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I have to go back and look. Who knows?
All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's another one of my partners, though. Marlo. That's a good dude.
Marlo is a really good human being.
Yeah, good dude.
He's just a good dude. Yeah, I think that's cool. We run in we got some same people that are.
It was.
You got the mushroom yawns.
Yes, it is. Oh man, that's when you know they all the way full effect. Them yawns.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, bro, and my eyes be watering and shit. But
damn,
I'm having a great time. That's gotta be what it's like being on like a scary roller coaster, but you having so much fun the whole time. It's like I don't really know what happened next, but we having so much fun.
Hell yeah. All right, so give me kind of like what are you gonna do with all of your music that you have, with all of these features? Can we expect them to be released? Like I can tell you right now, people are gonna want to hear the Tech 9 song you have.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I got a lot of.
It just is. It is what it is. I mean,
actually,
people love Tech 9.
Yeah.
One of the ones did get released. It's on. One you can hear me rapping with Tech 9 right now. You can hear is it was on Big School project. Yep, it was on Big School's last project, and we was out doing that. I was in Strangeland out of the studio.
That place is dope.
Oh man,
that place is dope.
Oh man, if you ever get like the privilege to be able to walk through that shit,
that place,
it's mind blowing.
Just the flooring is amazing.
All of that shit is mind blowing. So I was there recording, and he had came in one night because really that's like my big homie. Like the group that he was in back in the day is like my big cousin. So I've been knowing them since I was nothing. And I remember being on their coattail to my, hey, let me rap on the song.
Are you cool with him now? Like,
yeah,
what's up?
Yeah. All that.
Can we get him on the podcast?
Who Tech? He move around a lot. That boy be moving a lot. So
is he in Kansas City? Does
yeah,
he want
I can definitely we can ask. We can always ask though.
Can you and C-Dub at the same time ask him? Because I think that would give it a little bit more
dope.
weight.
That'll be dope. Yep. We can
do
that.
Yo, please, like he's a Kansas City dude.
Yep, and tell him to come in here and fuck with you.
Come on.
Yeah. All right, I'll put the word in for you. I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, tomorrow.
All right.
I'm a man of my word, man. I do what I say I'm gonna do.
All right.
Ask Tom. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna put it in. I don't know where to go, but I'm gonna definitely.
I don't care if it drops dead right there, but
right. I'm gonna definitely throw it in the air for you. Yeah, I got you.
All right. He's a Kansas City dude. I'm a Kansas City dude. I was born and raised in Michigan, moved around Air Force, but I'm a Kansas City dude. I was here when Tech 9 was rolling around in his little fucking van that was like in his raps.
Right.
When he was at America's Pub.
Yeah, when he was rapping all the shit back
America's
in the day.
Pub. When he was going to Bank of America out in Blue Springs.
All that.
Making his deposits and hitting on my ex-girlfriend.
He said hitting on my ex-girlfriend.
And I was fine with it. Go on, because I don't cuff him. I leave him.
With it. Hell yeah. But yeah, man, that's a good dude too, man. If you ever get the time to talk to him, man, he's a good dude.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I want to get time to talk with him.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
I would love to have him. And honestly, it's not a clout chase. It's not about like, oh, I want to get my numbers up, because I don't give a fuck about that.
Right.
I literally do want to just fucking talk.
Just
to
have
him
a conversation.
And just be like, yo, fucking talk to me about how it was when, like, we were talking about hustling earlier. That dude was hustling, just selling shit out of his fucking van, hustling harder than any other Kansas City rapper.
And that's what
you can talk about Rich the Factor, Real Adilla. I mean,
yeah, and this what I come up watching and come up under, seeing all this shit. Like, damn, y'all really getting to it, and like you said, really hustling. Like, it was way different then than it is now. Like, you don't really have to do as much
Well,
of
there
that.
was no YouTube.
Yeah.
There's no Spotify.
So they really had to be out here, like you were saying, with the rap vans. That shit, I was right here watching this shit every day.
You're selling CDs out of your trunk.
I was a part of going around putting up the stickers and shit and
Street team,
doing all that shit. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I was doing all of that. I come up from that. Like, so you don't see that now. You don't see that these days. But I remember hopping out, trying to plaster parking lots and shit, and going to
telephone
different clubs,
poles,
all that shit,
yeah.
handing out the CDs with just only like 2 or 3 songs on them, the samples
that's
all on this shit.
Street team shit right there.
Yeah,
basically.
we just handing all this shit out. Like, that shit is real. I come up from that, bro. Like, and was happy to do it.
So what do you do now to pimp your shit, to get your name out there, to promote yourself? Is it clearly it's podcasting, because you hammered my ass pretty fucking hard to get on this show.
Yeah, it's podcasting, and that's what I'm starting to see.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of artists is doing.
I didn't want to do
promotion.
this. You made me do this episode.
As I said, we got to get it going.
Yeah.
There ain't no reason not to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a part of your dream, and you got to keep it alive, just like mine. My shit died for a few years, but it been woken back up. I got a fresh charge. I'm ready to go. So it's ready to go. We got all this energy. We got to do something with it. We got to do something with it, man. You didn't come up with this dream for nothing, man. You didn't get hit with these thoughts for nothing to do this. You didn't sit here and get all this equipment and do all this shit for nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? It just might didn't pan out the way you wanted it to pan out as fast as you wanted it to pan out. That don't mean give up on it. That don't mean the dream is dead. It just might mean a different approach. Maybe you got to take a different route on it. That's all.
Yeah, I know.
That's all it is. Sometimes it's just the way that you approach things, bro.
I know, but I don't know what else to do. I'm not that smart. I don't know what else to do.
You are smart. And even if you're not smart, that's what they fucking got YouTube for.
I just know what else to do.
Google, you know what I'm talking about? Like, all of this shit, that's how I'm finding out what to do. That's how I'm finding out different ways to push my music. I'm like, okay, yeah, let me start getting a part of these. It's just what I see my favorite artists doing. It's like, okay, when they ready to drop albums and drop stuff, what are they doing? It's like, okay, I need to get more in the line of doing things like that. Maybe I should shoot a few videos. Maybe I should do some podcasting.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go do some shows. Maybe I should put together some merch for this shit. Maybe I should just do what I see the motherfuckers that's winning doing.
I'm going to put on a show. I'm going to do another show, Charles. That's what I got to do. I got to put. I see that right there. I did a live show before.
I'll do it. I'll perform.
I did it. All right.
You already got Benz.
Listen to
you already got Benz Gotti on there.
If you think I don't have a hard time finding performers, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
You got Benz Gotti and Alan
Big
Wayne.
dicks in your ass are bad for your health.
You got.
All right. I know I got whoever I want to perform.
That's what I'm saying. You guys. Let's get it.
All right. Where am I gonna do it?
It's a bunch of different places. How big do you want it?
Where should I do it? All right. Should I do it?
Hell yeah, you should do it because I'm performing.
All right. And I'm performing. All right.
Hell yeah, you should do it.
Lucid wants to do it. Lou Rip wants to do it. All right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put on another show. I'm going to get fucking back into this thing. All right. All right.
Put
Let's
me
start
on the
some
ticket.
Shit.
Put me on the ticket.
Can you sell tickets?
I can sell.
Can you get people to show up?
I can get some people to show up.
Because here's my issue. Last time, I got almost nobody showed up. I put on a hell of a fucking show. Look, I put on 2 badass stand-up comics. Then I had a badass fucking episode with Sean Edwards. You know who Sean Edwards is?
Nope.
Did a fucking episode with Sean Edwards and had 2 fucking hip-hop artists perform after that. It was a fucking hell of a fucking show.
It was a good show.
And hardly anybody showed up. I need fucking people to show up this time because it's fucking worth it.
It's the promotion. That's what
I know. I don't know how to promote. I don't know how to do that shit.
Yeah,
I'm not a money guy. I don't know how
promotion.
to do that shit.
Yeah, once you get, it's all in what you put in. Like, you can just do it simple shit like on Facebook. Like, when you be seeing the sponsors and shit.
All right, I'm doing
just
it.
like paid
I'm doing it.
promotion,
I'm putting on a fucking, I'm doing it.
Put a little bread in it, and then they'll market it and promote it for you, you know.
Who should my guest be? Tech Nine?
If you can get Tech on there, that'll be hella dope. You know he gonna promote it.
No, he'd want money for that. I don't want to, like, I don't want to use him for that. I just want to have a one-on-one real. I'll find somebody.
You got it.
It will be an investment.
I
Getting
know.
a bigger act and having to pay the bigger act to sell the show is done all the time.
I don't care about that though. It's more of about longevity. Like I want to bring people that are going to keep watching my podcast after that. It's not about just one big episode. Like I got shit in my head. I can figure out. It doesn't matter necessarily who. I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking do it.
I'm on it.
Another fucking. I called it. What did I call it? Primordial soup.
I'm on it.
A primordial brew. All right. Well, should we get out of here?
We should.
It's getting late. Let's promote your stuff right now.
Right now, you can go on any platform of Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, whatever you listen to music on, and you can find my new single, Her Loss, and you can also find my new project, 2020 Lost Sessions, Gotti Flow. Right now on any project, any platform you listen to music on, and be expecting videos. I just shot like 2 or 3 videos, so that's coming soon.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel.
Benz Gotti?
Yep, just Benz Gotti.
Follow him on YouTube. I was listening to his shit on Spotify because that's my preferred application, and I just typed in Benz Benz Gotti Gotti, and as soon as I entered that into the search bar, his stuff came up, and I was able to listen to everything he had on there. And I suggest you guys do the same thing. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy this podcast. Send me some love. I really need to feel it to keep going on with this podcast because I keep taking these breaks, but this is motivating me to keep going. And to do a show. I should do this shit. All right.
Definitely
I love you all. Benz Gotti, Neandertalk Podcast. Follow, like, subscribe, tell a friend. Let's keep this thing going. I will keep going if you guys keep wanting me to. I love you all. Bye, motherfuckers. Bye.
Hey.
Leave me the fuck alone. Neandertalk, hardest podcast in the world, you stupid ass bitch.